Hampton League Live. Welcome to your live coverage of the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, right here on Streamer, Australia's premier community sports streaming platform. The best coverage of local footy and netball on the Great South Coast starts now. For Warrnambool Nissan, Baitness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool. This is the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, live and free on Streamer.
3YBFM.
Yeah, welcome back, players. Into the arena now for our match of the day. It's Koroit taking on the Port Fairy Seagulls, and captains just coming together out on the field too. Liam Hoy, who of course has been in really good nick, and Matty Sully, I'm tipping, or Kay Merkovich. I don't know who's the captain actually of the Port Fairy Seagulls in 2025. Plus,
no, it's not actually written in the Play HQ either, Matty. I would assume it's Sully. Well, it'll be Sully or Merkovich, you would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's been a great player, Matty Sully, for a long time, hasn't he, Eyes?
And a key here today too, as he always is, because I guess in conditions like this, you can play either onto the ground too, Matty Sully, and he might be called on to do just that today.
He's coming in for the toss, Matty, so you better assume he's the skip.
He is a big unit, Matty Sully, that is for sure. And umpire Keane, in his first senior game, has got the honours too, which is fantastic to see. Mickey Lowther out there, and Daniel Misson as well will be the centrals today. And, well, it looks like the Koroit Saints have won the toss, and they'll be kicking to the Warrnambool end here to start this contest. So, which is interesting, because I just feel that that's a little bit into the breeze. And I reckon did they win the toss a couple of weeks ago and kicked into the breeze a little bit in the first quarter too.
They did. Liam won the toss and kicked to that top end there. So, yeah, interesting.
It is.
What are we looking forward to most today, boys?
The clash in and around the middle. I mean, I know it's often said that's where you win or lose games of footy, but I think if you can get your share of the pill out of the middle today with scoring that probably won't be that easy, Possum. If you can go it in your forward line and get first use of it, I think it's going to be pretty important.
Yeah, the forward line, see how it functions for Port Fairy for me, Matty. See if big Strawn Robinson can back up after 5 goals last week. He hadn't kicked one for the season up until last week and slotted 5, so looking for him to take that confidence into this week and have another good one. And interesting to see exactly how Dusty uses Gary Rowan, and of course they've still got Jason Rowan in that goal square. So I think if everything clicks for Port Fairy in the forward line, they might just have a little bit too much firepower. Saying that, Koroit have got Connor Byrne and Sam Dobson at their end. So
they might have the extra little nippy forward today, Port Fairy versus perhaps the opposition in Koroit. Particularly if you put Couch into that nippy forward type, which he often plays that role.
Neve's the one. He's a big loss.
That's what I'm saying. Neve missing. They might have a slight advantage when the ball hits the ground in their forward line, Port.
Yeah, well, Port Fairy have got Lockie Gunning, who's probably likely to play as a small forward. He's kicked 4 goals this year, so has been spending a little bit of time forward. But yeah, that's the intrigue for me, exactly how the forward line for Port Fairy functions, and obviously if your forward line functions, you go a long way to winning the game, and I think that will be the watch for me.
So an injury with Neve?
I'd say so, mate. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no.
Well, if you remember, did he play last week?
Yeah, no, he had they got that bad cork or hip. Yeah, no, he's certainly a very, very important player. That is for sure. And it looks like Orudash Mahan is going to the bench with Zebi McKenna for the Port Fairy Seagulls. So players getting into position here to kick this one off. It's going to be Jakey McCosh up against Jake Bartlett. The two Jakes today going head-to-head in the ruck. McCosh was really good a couple of weeks ago. This is our first look at the Port Fairy Seagulls in 2025. And it looks like Matty Sully is starting deep for. So that's something a little bit different. Jason Rowan looks like he's lining up at centre half forward. So a few little positional changes here, boys, just to keep a little bit of an eye on. I see Timmy McPherson still. He's on the injured list too downstairs with Jira Neve, so he's still to come back into this Koroit side. Yes, Blackie.
Yeah, Sammy Dobson starting deep forward, which is a good idea for Koroit, so very dangerous when he starts in that position.
Well, I reckon he's dangerous if he can be closer to goal, Blackie.
And Gary Rowan on that far out of wing post, so it's going to be a good contest. I reckon it might be Fraser Rowan head-to-head. And this one's been won down by Bartlett, straight to Merkovich to Edmonds, who pumps the Seagulls into attack, but getting back was Mac Peterson taking a nice mark. 36 possessions for the Mac truck last week. Kick cut off by that man, Gary Rowan, the G-Train. He goes inboard. Little chip kick over the top, just goes through the hands of Bartlett. There's Edmonds again. Oh, he looks sharp. Kick goes in forward. Good defensive punch away that time. Reading it nice though was Hopper. Could have been taken high. Umpire comes in, says no. But that's been a really good start here to the Port Fairy Seagulls.
Oh, yeah, they've attacked it hard a couple of times, Poss. A good start.
Yeah, it is a good start, Oz, and first possessions they've had out of the middle a couple of times, a couple of clearances. So up they go. Sully did the ruck work, tapped it to himself, couldn't get a clean possession. It's picked up, and they'll relieve here. Koroit that threw might have been Peterson down there. Big fly from behind, a good mark taken by Connor Byrne.
Good grab.
Of course, that's a highlight of the day contender from Peter Bolsh, Bridgestone. So he's got the orange boots on today, Connor Byrne. Port Fairy won't mind him getting possessions up on the half-back line rather than kicking goals. He's going to go across the ground. Risky. It comes off to Peterson. So Mac Peterson prominent early, a couple of possessions. Just sizing up his options. He may have to go long down the line. Left foot he does. He goes short now. And in fact, it didn't carry, but Matt Sully marked it. No, it wasn't Sully, but it didn't go 15 metres. It comes back to Peterson for take two, and he gives it back to Mooney. And Dallas Mooney will relieve on the last line of defence for the Saints.
Just a little bit edgy there, the back six. So Mooney wants to steady the ship to his skipper in Hoy. Hoy's got a bit of space in front of him. He runs and carries his 10 metres, kicks further afield. Bradley was the target. Bouncing football now. Coming through. Oh, that is a big hit. Gee whiz, I hope they've just collided. It was a fair bump. Don't worry about that. But both boys, keep an eye on that one, Alan Blackburn. All thanks to Koroit Pharmacy.
Wow.
That was a big hit. And that was Jimmy Waller's for Port Fairy. And, he's no good.
Gone.
He's no good, boys. So that's Matty Bradley for the big fella. And just the trainers out there now. And that was a heavy collision for the youngsters.
No,
he will definitely.
An accidental head clash there, Matty.
Yeah, no, there was nothing, no malice in it, that's for sure. Ball goes through now. Port Fairy into attack again. There's Peterson. He kicks further afield. Rob on the end of it on that far outer side. So young Bradley, I think that will be definitely the last time we see Matty this afternoon. We hope he's okay. Here's Benny Miller. So he's been a good recruit for the Koroit Saints. They're just waiting for young Bradley.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yep.
He's
good call.
He's on his feet too for those.
The umpires have done better than the AFL umpires. At least they're waiting for him to go off the ground.
Yeah, well, as Matty said, Blackie down there on the boundary line there for our boundary rider, BB Furniture Plus Mobility Movement and Solutions and Koroit Pharmacy. It was just a solid hit from two players, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a fair bump, that's for sure. Yeah. Here's Tyler Stephens. Ran his required distance. Kick goes further afield. Harwood gets in the way. Good spoil. Here goes Lockie Rook. Kick into space now. Running Dobson. Oh, that kick was absolutely spot on. And Dobson's mark just on the 50-metre arc. It is wet and slippery conditions. Plays on. Swings onto the right boot. Kicks to an empty, vacant goal square. Bouncing football. And there's the first Lucas Brothers snag of the day, and it goes to Sammy Dobson, the coach. And I'll tell you what, if he marks that ball inside 50, he's always a chance. He saw the open goal square, eyes Kelston, and he went bang, and the ball bounced through, and the Saints get the first of the afternoon.
I like Connor Byrne, though. He stuck his hand up and said, I'll have it if not. He had his toe pretty close to it, but you're terrific from Dobson. And use the initiative to just play on quickly and use up that extra 10 metres of space. And as we said, Possum, if he can sort of stay inside that forward 50 and get the footy, he's going to be dangerous.
Well, he sized it up well, didn't he? Initially, I think he was looking to go short. Then he seen the open goal square and thought, well, I'll just put it low. Little slider through. And I think, in fairness to Connor Byrne, as you said, I think his foot was under the fence when he got this boot on it. So here we go, out of the centre again. McCosh got the tap down and followed up well, kicks it off the ground. Here's a chance going forward. Might have been a push in the back nose, said the umpire. It's in Koroit's forward line, grabbed by McCutcheon. That was Dylan. Comes back out there towards Lockie Rook. His kick goes into the top of the goal square, stacks on the middle, and the little umpire Misson will come in and say, give it to me, boys. I'll throw it up about 25 metres out from the Koroit goal. Bathed in sunshine at the moment here at Victoria Park. We've played just on 5 minutes in this first quarter, and of course that's on the Lee's contracting time clock. So Port Fairy will relieve from defence. Down the wing, good mark, good contested mark there, as he normally does, is Mooney. That was in front of Lucas King. So Mooney's kick spots up a teammate.
McCosh.
It is McCosh goes short on a lead. Good defence by Port Fairy. Grabbed by Harrington. Back to Harrington. He might be slow to get rid of it. He is, but no, said the umpire said play on. Now he's under a little bit of pressure. You're too high, said umpire. Miss it. It's going to be another shot on goal here to Koroit. And it's going to go to Lockie Rook Ice.
Yeah, and probably kickable. I mean, take a really, really good kick with a dampish football, but he's probably going to kick from just inside 50, Matt.
He's good enough to kick this. Don't worry about that, Lockie Rook. Been up in the quaffle. Goes short. Oh, beautiful unmarked. There's Blair McCutcheon on the end of it.
Yeah, a bit of loose checking there from Port Fairy.
They'll be disappointed with that. And I reckon just a few midfielders just not covering the hole. So all of a sudden, probably a 50-50 chance has probably turned into a 75-25. So he's 30 metres out on a slight angle. Blair McCutcheon comes in, kicks on its way, pulled it just to the right. Is it going to get the distance? No, it doesn't, but a big fist, and Cole Harwood happy to see the ball go through from behind. So Saints get a 1-1-7. Port Fairy yet to score, and that's on the National Tiles scoreboard.
Yes, indeed it is. And, of course, that's the Solomon Floorings and Blinds National Tiles Bex. Terry Bex, who soon, Eyes will be heading over to England to take part in the Masters Test
representing
matches.
Australia.
Absolutely, fantastic performance. Not before he does a little family hiatus to Japan, I think. So they're on the go everywhere, the Bexes. So there's a boundary throw into that far outer side wing, just a forward of half forward for Koroit. It is McInerney from behind, Bartlett in front. Ball comes to ground. Nobody can get clean possession. The umpire will come in and throw it up. This umpire Keane, I think it is, in his first game. Congratulations to him. So up they go, McInerney and Bartlett. Bartlett takes it out of the ruck. He needs to get rid of it. He does. It only went as far as Fraser Robb. Robb steadies, kicks deep into the forward pocket. Coming from behind, affecting the spoil there for Port Fairy. He did very well there. Was Braden Ross, I think it might have been. No, Kelby Fleming, and the ball's gone over the line out of bounds. And there'll be a boundary throw in about 25, 30 metres around from the Koroit goal, doing all the attacking. 1-1-7. Port Fairy yet to score.
Well, let's go around the grounds. All thanks to Matt Cohire, Ash Colson, South v Camperdown. What's the latest, Ash?
Half time, 6-6-42 South Warrnambool, Camperdown 2-1-13.
Beautifully done. Let's go to Skeeter Cannon, Cobden v North Warrnambool. What's the latest, mate?
Yeah, half time here, mate. North Warrnambool 5-4-34, Cobden 2-1-13.
Beautifully done. Portland taking on the Warrnambool Blues. The Blues off to a flyer. Wally Steer.
Yeah, half time here. Warrnambool 5-8-38 to Portland 1-5-11.
And a good start to the Blues. Back here, free kick's been plucked out. It's going to go to the skipper, Liam Hoy, against big Jakey Bartlett, I think, in the ruck. So Hoy's going to go back and kick just inside the 50-metre arc. I tell you what, he's usually got a very good leg on him, Liam Hoy. So distance not going to be a concern here.
Nice, solid leg.
It is. So the power was out this morning. He had to go and have a share at the old man's and old girls. Oh, big fight at the back that time. That was from Byrne. Coming through the Port Fairy defence. Quick snap around the body. I tell you what, it is a goalski. And that was Dylan Shirkcore. Absolutely magnificent. And that is a Lucas Brothers snag of the day contender from absolutely nowhere. He just got a step through traffic and went bang. And all of a sudden, Saints off to a fly. 2-1-13. Koroit, that is Port Fairy yet to score.
Yeah, beautiful bit of roving, though, bit of scouting of the pack. And like you said, it didn't take much of a space for him to kick truly. And Koroit really been all over him for probably the last 5 minutes, Matty, haven't they? We've only played 9 and Port started okay, but hardly had it forward since the first couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah, you're right, Oz, and I think early on they gained a couple of clearances and looked good, but Koroit is steadied, and I think their delivery into the forward line is much better.
Seems to be leaving space in the forward line too for players to run into.
Yeah, indeed. So Bartlett and McInerney go at it again. It's grabbed out there by Ollie Myers. Oh, holding the ball again against Port Fairy. So the free kick's going to go to McCutcheon. It's Dylan. So Dylan McCutcheon right in the centre of Victoria Park. Saints 2-1-13. Lead the Seagulls yet to score. So McCutcheon goes long. Up they go from behind. Almost a good mark by Port Fairy, but the ball spills to kicked off the ground by Dobson. What'll this do? Or just to the left for one behind. So 2-2-14. That's on the Solomon's Floorings and Blinds scoreboard. The Koroit Saints. Port Fairy yet to score. We've played almost 10 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Harvey Norman. Of course, one of our major partners on Hampton League Live for season 2025.
So kick comes in from Harwood. He's generally a big kick of the football. Geez, that's a good mark. That's Gary Rowan. That is absolutely strong in the contest. So the G-Train, he's on true half-back position. Kicks the ball. What a beautiful long kick it is too. From the back was Merkovich. Just goes through his hands. Campbell's there. Umpire's plucked out a free kick. It's going to go to the Port Fairy Seagulls. Kick goes further afield, but the Saints got plenty of numbers back there. And taking a nice mark was Blair McCutcheon. He squares into Fraser Robb. Nearly smack bang in the centre of Victoria Park, Koroit. He's got players further afield. One of those players was Miller. So Miller and Peterson look very, very similar. He squares it up to Harrington. Harrington now with a bit of space and time. Kicks long. Dobson's a target. Just reading it better that time than Wallace. And he's taken a mark right on 50. And you know what? He goes, I kicked one from 50 before. I reckon I've got this in me. And he's just steadied the ship here, Oz. And he said, I'm going to go back and try and slot my second of the afternoon.
Just so good at protecting the drop zone of the footy, isn't he? He made sure he found front position. And then he just used that body to keep his opponent away. He's so good at it.
Reads the football so well, Sammy Dobson. So the co-coach in 2025, he's going to kick from just on the 50-metre arc. Comes in, kicks on the way. It's coming back. And look at that! That is a goal, and that is as good as you'll see. And Sammy Dobson gets his second. The Koroit Saints get their third. They go to 3-2-20. They lead Port Fairy yet to score, and that's on the National Tiles scoreboard. And Fair Dingham, Alan Blackburn, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus. That was as good as you'll see in country footy.
Beautiful kick, and just read the play better, didn't he? He had his defender in front of him, so he worked him out of the side and just fed the ball. He's looking dangerous. He's playing a lot closer to goal, although his two kicks have been right on the 50, so very dangerous player.
So a great start to the Saints, 3-2-20. And the visitors...
Probably need to put more pressure on the ball going forward, the Seagulls at this stage.
Uncontested possession, I think, for Senate Stats has been a big one for the Saints. Blakey up it goes. McCosh got the tap down, running onto it is Merkovich, couldn't pick it up. McCosh good, playing well early. A good spoil on Hoy there was made by Swarbrick. Now it comes back to Merkovich. Tried to get a handball out, he couldn't. Ball comes out there towards Block. Evades one. Left foot kick into the forward line. Running onto it there's young Dobson. Couldn't control it, but he's going to get a second chance. He may even have a puck shot for goal here. No, goes short. A little dribbler. Oh, well done out there by Port Fairy to defend. Now it's picked up again. A snap flying shot at goal. Here's another one, I reckon. Oh, just went to the left of the post.
Gee, I'll tell you what, it's a big start to Port Fairy. If anything, they could be kicking against a slight breeze. And, Port Fairy just scoreless. They've just got to get their hands on the footy and slow the game up a bit, I think, boss.
Yeah, you're right, Oz. And, of course, those special comments from Senate Stats from Oz Kelson here this afternoon. So
Just can't get any flow or something at the moment, can they, the Seagulls?
They've just got to control the footy for a bit.
I'll be looking for a mark here for Rowan. Oh, good one over the top. That was a great mark.
He's
that
been
might have
good.
been Robinson, was it?
I think it was Robinson.
I was thinking
So
it was
Strawn Robinson on that far outer side wing goes down the line looking for Sully, but his kick's terrible and it's gone over the line out of bounds on the full. The relieving kick will be taken by Dallas Mooney. In a familiar place for Dallas across half-back there, and he's had many possessions over on that half-back flank, that's for sure. And he'll relieve Matty off half-back.
Yeah, what a great player Moonman's been for a long time. Squares it up to Fraser Robb, who goes further afield to the Mack truck. Peterson wanted to play on but chose not to. He's got Campbell out wide, chooses to go more direct and hits that man Dobson, and gee whiz, he's been an absolute handful to start this contest. Swings onto that right boot.
Another one.
Oh, Dobson goes bang. Golski. Byrne tries to claim another one, but no. Put it down to Sammy Dobson.
Burns
and the co-coach, he is on absolute fire at Victoria Park, Koroit. And they're going to look at that matchup because Fair Dingham, he is turning one on. And the Saints go to 4-3-27. Port Fairy yet to score. And so far, it is a whitewash here, boys.
Well,
how good is Dobson?
The thing is, he's been great, but the delivery to him has been good as well. I think Port Fairy got to look at sort of trying to fill that hole a little bit. He's getting plenty of room to run into, Poss, isn't he?
He is, Oz. And the other thing is, too, I don't think they're being reactive enough, Port Fairy. When Dobson gets the ball, they've got to shut the goal line off. Because twice now he's been able to go back and just slot the ball to an open goal square.
He read the play so well, didn't he? Swung onto that right. Even just swinging onto his right. They've got to be onto that too, don't they? You know,
It's got to be.
The old time back pocket always got back into the square, Poss, didn't they?
Absolutely. And, well, McCosh, he's doing a great job in the ruck too for Koroit here this afternoon. So they're going to go forward again. This is Angus Campbell, gets it to Peterson. Peterson on his left, or should have probably kicked it, come out to little Will Sinnott, comes out there to Shawcore. He's a goal kicker, got it out there to Harrington. Now's a chance for Colin Harwood. You can't control it, but they can through Connor Berg. Koroit, and here he is again. Dobson, he couldn't quite stretch the mid out far enough, and it's gone over the line out of bounds in the forward.
Boys, I want to pose one to you. You've got Matt Sully sitting deep forward. Does he go to Dobson now? Well, I think that's the move, just to steady the ship a bit.
You know what? Otherwise, the game could be decided now.
Yeah.
Matty, so I'm 100% with you. He's out of the game at the moment because he's not getting there.
I think just to steady the ship and just that cool head down in defence, I reckon, I think that's got to be certainly looked at. So, ball, once again, deep in Koroit's 50. We're going to have another boundary throw and just slipped out of the hands that time for the boundary. And he's got to get a little bit of grip on it.
A spare man behind the ball, shall we, for the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, that's right. Just lock it down here. You know, they don't want to give away another goal or something here. He's got the grip on. That's a better effort there. McCosh just pushed out of it that time. Umpire's come in. What's he done? No free kick, just holding the man. No prior opportunity. So Bartlett and McCosh, the two Jakes, going to go at it again. Big, strong man, Jakey Bartlett.
Yeah, not doing a bad job either.
No, he's having a crack and he's wrapped up in a strong tackle, and umpire says, let's have another ball up.
Yeah, so it hasn't gone far. It's about 35 metres out from Koroit's goal. Danger for the Seagulls. It could be a free kick to Bartlett. Well, he made him notice.
He did play for it, but
he did play for it, but I think he may have had a little arm on him there. So Bartlett gets it out the back to Harwood. Now can the Seagulls mount something? Goes out wide looking for little Sinnott. The ball falls to the back, and running onto it, Port Fairy is Ross. He goes further afield looking out there for Jason Rowan. Runs onto it. He couldn't gain possession before it went over the line out of bounds. Just forward of centre wing for Port Fairy.
Boys, Gary Rowan has gone to Dobson. So that is the matchup. So I think Dusty said, well, let's put our best player, or one of our best players, on their best player at the moment and try and shut him down. So what a matchup that's going to be.
Yeah, 100%.
And got the pace to sort of
go with
him too.
Yep, so boundary throwing. Port Fairy need to score from this potential forward move. Bartlett was in there, paddled along the ground. It might have been Edmonds there in the helmet. He's tackled to the ground. It'll be a free kick.
I reckon Sammy Dobson's going to enjoy this challenge too.
I know, but you can appreciate the height of Rowan too when he goes to Dobson.
Absolutely, he's a big boy.
He's a tall man, isn't he?
He's Merkovich running through the pack without it. Now the stack's on the mill. What's he going to do here, the umpire? No, he's let it go. Well done. Eventually it's going to come out. It does. It might be the advantage of Port Fairy. No tackle. This time he'll ball it up. It's a bit like a rugby scrum out there. They're moving it forward ever so slowly. If you remember Gary Rowan on Jason Rowan when he was about 16 in a final up at the Reed Oval.
Well, one thing you've got to give it to Dusty, he's given us entertainment value here, because we're all looking forward to that contest now, aren't we?
We are, mate, that is for sure. So ball goes out of bounds, far out of sight. He's plucked a free kick out.
Port Fairy, Matty.
It looks like it's going to go to Ollie Myers, or no, it's big Jakey Bartlett. So he's been solid in this first quarter for the Port Fairy Seagulls. He gets it further afield. The handball just missed the target at the end, and all of a sudden they're under a little bit of pressure here in the Saints through McCutcheon. Handball over the top. Campbell, he goes inboard to Rook, who's been busy in this first term too. So Lockie Rook. He's got a running Hoy. Kick goes further afield. Beautiful kick, and on the end of it is Connor Byrne in space. So Byrne now swings onto that right boot, kicks into the space. There was Koroit plays everywhere. They could have raffled it. Jake McCosh grabs it, puts it on the boot. Goal square. Guess who's on the end of it? It's Sammy D.
Gee, that's 4 goals in the quarter.
Fair dinkum, he is turning it on.
He was across half back only about 3 minutes ago. His work rate's enormous.
That is a 4-goal first term for Sammy Dobson. And the Saints go to 5-3, 33. Port Fairy, they are on zilch. Nothing. And it's been a quarter dominated by S. Dobson and dominated by the Koroit Saints boys.
Unbelievable, Eyes. I mean, we're 20 minutes in and, Port Fairy just haven't threatened, have they?
No. Well, the best player's decided already too. Is it, boss?
Matthew's patrolling him already. You're giving him the ticket now.
Just about.
Well, he's doing a bit of a Ben Cunnington final last year, didn't he? 4 goals in that first quarter. Alan Blackburn down on the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions. What is the solution for the Seagulls?
Get the hands on the footy and kick it the other way. That's the solution. With that, when he went deep forward there, Colin Hardber was a man on him, so I don't know where Gary Rowan got to, but probably got caught up in the play.
So Mirkovic, little dribbler. They got a score from this forward move, absolutely, Port Fairy. Here's a chance now. All too high. That could have been on Lucas Edmonds, it was. So little Lucas Edmonds, he's going to kick from about, well, by the time he kicks it, he's probably going to be about 45 metres out. Not sure what sort of a kick he is, but
I don't know,
little
but
fella.
to say they need it is an understatement.
They do, don't they?
So Edmonds, this is Lucas wearing the helmet. He's going to go back. He's directly in front. The distance could be the problem.
Put it through, little fella.
Comes in. He's going to have a deliberate shot. Right foot, drop punt on its way. Nice looking kick off the boot, but it's just faded to the right. But they're on the scoreboard. 1 behind, 1.1 behind Port Fairy, trailing Koroit 5-3-33. We've played 21 and a half minutes on the Lee's contracting time clock. First quarter action. Hampden League Live, Victoria Park, Koroit.
I'll tell you who I don't see it. There is big McElwain. Where's he?
No.
Boys, do we know? Because I reckon just a bit of a steadying influence, isn't he?
Yeah, big fella. He might be work commitments, perhaps.
He's
fireman.
Tatey Waterson goes inboard to Stephens. That's Taylor.
Completely controlling the pace of the game, Koroit, aren't they?
It's been cleaner.
Yeah.
Cleaner and finding space. That's it. Look at that one. Look at that for a beautiful kick to Mooney.
Here we
right
go.
in the centre of Victoria Park. Koroit squares one up. Could have been a push in the back. Umpire says play on. Edmonds is there for the Port Fairy Seagulls. And let's go around the grounds. All thanks to Matt Cohire. Ash Colson up at the friendlies. What's the latest, Ash?
Yeah, game of soccer at the moment. She's 7 minutes into the third quarter and still the same at half time. 6-6-42 to Camperdown 2-1-13.
Beautifully done. Skeeter Cannon, Cobden v North. What do you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, just started the third quarter, Matty, and North Warrnambool 6-5-41, lead Cobden 2-2-14.
Beautifully done. Wally Steer, Portland v Warrnambool. What's the latest, mate?
Yeah, we've just been going just short of 3 minutes here. Paulin got the first goal of the third quarter, so it's Warrnambool 5-9-39 to 2-5-17.
Beautifully done. There's around the grounds. All thanks to Matt Cohire, boys. And there can't be long to play here. We've ticked over, nearly 23 minutes. 5-goal first term here. 4 to Sammy Dobson if you're joining us for the first time in this first quarter. And Gary Rowan has gone to Dobson now. And I think they have a loose man as well in Zep McKenna back there as well, Poss.
Yeah, they have. And just for Koroit Pharmacy down at the boundary line there. A blood rule for Koroit. Blackie with McCutcheon. Dylan coming off.
Yeah, it's just getting attended to, mate. Just getting a bit of water on it and going to taper up and away you go.
Yeah, so Gary Rowan got it to Swarbrick, but it's come back, and Gary Rowan picked it up again, couldn't dispose of the footy. There'll be a ball up about 30 metres around from the Koroit goal, doing all the attacking, 5-3-33. And that is on the Solomons Floorings and Blinds scoreboard. Port Fairy just 1 behind. Here's a chance again for Connor Burns. Snap! But in the way is Gary Rowan, and he marks in the last line of defence for Port Fairy. Now he comes out wide. Good kick too. Hit its target. That was Mirkovic. He handballed it, but now he's going to have to go back and get it again. There's a 2-on-2 there. They mucked that up completely, Port Fairy, and they've forced a ball up, Koroit, right on the 50-metre line on the change room side of Victoria Park here this afternoon. So,
McElwain's retired too, boys. I got the text message from our man Mick Finnegan.
okay. So,
Thanks, Mick.
little kick down the ground looking for Jason Rowan. But getting in the road and forcing over the line for a boundary throw in is Sam Hodgkins. Looks like he's playing on Jason Rowan this afternoon. So ball in. It's going to be Bartlett this time up against Jag McInerney. So young McInerney back in the side for Koroit. So he gets the front position. Bartlett tried to take it too high there on Dylan McCutcheon, who's back on the ground after a little bit of a patch-up. Dylan McCutcheon will relieve off or kick forward from the wing. Down it goes. They got good mark. That was a great mark by Connor Byrne. Up against two opponents, really. There's one coming from behind. There was one right on his hammer. And Byrne will go back and try and slot Koroit's 6th in the first quarter.
And his third or
second.
But it's very kickable for Byrne too. His beautiful kick.
In fact, he hasn't kicked a goal, but we're right behind this kick. Byrne comes in, drop punt on its way, it's a goal.
Look at that.
If it carries, it's a goal, but just on the bad bust on the line.
Went to Terry Bailey there, Poss.
Went to Terry Bailey. It looked good off the boot, didn't it? But just touched on the last line. So Koroit 5-5-35. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blinds scoreboard. They lead Port Fairy Hall one behind 1.25.5 minutes. And that's on the Lee's contracting time clock.
Yeah, so Gary Rowan, who's gone back now on Dobson in this first quarter. So Dobson's kicked 4. Rowan, big long kick of the football, wasn't he? Dobson flies for that one. Bottom of the pack was Hamish Dobson. Tyler Stevens, his kick was smothered. Goes further afield. Getting back and taking a nice mark there was Angus Campbell. So Campbell now switches play to Mooney. Mooney wanted to go, wanted to play, and goes further afield to Miller. Geez, that was good foot skills. Miller, left foot kick, looking for McInerney. Goes over the top of his head. Coming through there is Rob Bartlett there as well. He's been good in this first quarter for the Port Fairy Seagulls. There's Harrington, driven into the ground. Umpire King says no prior opportunity and no push in the back, and we will have a ball up. So virtually at half forward now for the Saints. They've done all the attacking in this first quarter. McInerney gets up high. Coming through there was McKenna. And wrapped up in a strong tackle, and we will have another ball up. So we've ticked over 26 and a half minutes on the league contracting time clock, and it's a 33-point lead here to the Koroit Saints first quarter action.
Yeah, so they go forward. Robertson couldn't take the mark. Nicely taken by Jet Hopper. Here's a chance. Sully one-on-one, using his strength. Well done by Miller. He went to ground. Sully didn't. Has a shot at goal. It's all about the bounce. It's a goal.
Good goal.
So there is a Lucas Brothers snag of the day contender for Big Matty Sully, and the Seagulls are on the board 1-1-7. And they trail the Koroit Saints 5-4-34 for BB Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions. Alan Blackburn on the boundary line got Sully in a one-on-one. His opponent went to ground, and that was the end of the story.
Yeah, and good to see him on the board. Needed to beat it. I'd say the inside 50s would be significant in Koroit's way. I reckon about 15-5 it would be at this time. Eyes, wouldn't it?
Not sure, to be quite honest with you.
He's watching the Ramsden, mate. He's watching.
They're starting to use the ball a bit better then. It
was good ball movement. It was from one end of the ground to the other, which they haven't been able to do. Link up football. So they needed that goal, and all of a sudden they're back in. Big leap that time by McCosh. There's Myers. He's wrapped up. Strong tackle from Rob. And umpire Daniel Misson says, give it to me, and we will have another ball up. So it's McCosh and Bartlett again. No one really wins that. There goes Edmonds. Kicks further afield to Hopper. Beautiful kick. A nice mark on the end. He'll swing onto his left boot, Hopper.
Here we go.
Kicks further afield. Robertson's a target. Oh, good mark that time by Stephens. He's had a really good year, a breakout season for the Koroit Saints. Little chip kick over the top to McCutcheon, who's worked himself into the season as well. Goes further afield. And that is... Campbell goes back to Stephens. Has that ball stayed in?
Might have been out on the full.
Geez, it's only just if it is. Either way, it was a nice kick and a nice mark. So, Saints, last line of defence. Stephens just goes for some territory now. Getting back there is Colin Harwood. Good play. His kick was smothered. That was Mac Peterson. Myers is in there. Kick off the ground. Coming through now is McCutcheon. That's Blair. He kicks it further afield. Gathered for the Port Fairy. That's Kelby Fleming. He's dispossessed. Rowan goes inboard to Bartlett. Bartlett now just steps through traffic. He was smothered. McCosh gets it to McCutcheon. So a comedy of errors. Blair McCutcheon kicks into space. Connor Burns the target. Oh, that's a great gather. He's got players running everywhere. One of them's Lockie Rock, and Lockie goes bang! And there's another one. And Koroit go to 6-4-40. Port Fairy 1-1-7. National Tile scoreboard and feeding him. That was just too easy in the end. There was plays everywhere, boys.
Well, the uncontested possession again. I was just running through the centre off half back when they won the footy. But big Jakey Bartlett there probably should have steadied. He was looking for an option, which was fair enough. And in fairness to him, his teammates weren't providing that option for him to give that handball.
Just seem to have lost their confidence, Port Fairy. Just got to go back to just one-on-one stuff, mate. Yep. They're just getting too much footy, Koroit, and too much uncontested footy too, Matt.
Another goal from a turnover, boys. Bartlett's handball, very ordinary.
Yep, absolutely, Blackie. So here he'll compete this ruck work with McCosh. Comes out to Edmonds. He's been really good, little Lucas Edmonds. He goes out wider, looking for his cousin and finds him. That's James Edmonds. He goes long, looking for Hopper. Hopper will win it from behind, but he can't at ground level. Now Stacks on the mill. He jumped on him. Might be penalised here, Miller. No, said the umpire. In fact, it was
always risky pass, isn't it?
It is when you jump on it. Yeah, you got to be careful. So it's going to be Bartlett again and McCosh. Come out to Miller. Quick kick on the boot, fortuitous because the finds block. So it's centre half back. This is Jack Block for Koroit. Goes out wide, looking for Dobson. Surely he can't kick one from out there. Nicely done there by Wallies. Now he goes looking out there for Sully.
Otherwise known as Wallers.
And Wallers. We added an E instead of a Z. And his kick has gone over the line out of bounds. So in the forward line for Port Fairy, can they score before quarter time? 6-4-40, 1-1-7. They trail by 33 points on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. So boundary throw-in, it's going to be Sully to contest this against, well, it's a shallow throw-in. It's going to favour McCosh. He's going to ask him to throw it in again, which is good.
Come in a bit, son. Come in a bit.
So Sully had no opportunity to compete in that ruck contest, so they'll throw it in again. So take two, McCosh and Sully. Sully might look to take this out of the ruck, perhaps. That's what he was trying to do. Now he tries to hit it to the back, but it goes to the boundary line again. Hopper couldn't control it. It's gone over the line for another boundary throw.
I just wonder, look, Sully wasn't named in the side on Thursday night. I just wonder whether he is carrying a little, he's got that knee heavily taped up, just whether he's carrying an injury, hence why he's playing deep forward, boys.
Yeah,
quite possibly.
Yep. He competes again here in the ruck. Got it out to Merkovich, so the experienced Port Fairy duo combined there.
Because like you said, Matty, he probably would have been the first one to go back otherwise. You would imagine, wouldn't he, when Dobson was on fire?
It's just lining up deep forward. You don't see that very often with Matty Sully. So here goes Dallas Mooney. Runs and carries the football, kicks it 40 metres further afield. Big fly that time by McCosh. Rook's at the bottom of the pack. He's wrapped up. Strong tackle. Myers is in there as well for the Seagulls. The ball's going nowhere, and we will have a ball up. Can't be long to play in this first term. It's been a first term dominated by the Koroit Saints. They lead by 33 points. Hammond League Live match of the day. There goes McCutcheon. It's Dylan. He loves these conditions. And once again, we are going to have a ball up far out of side. Alan Blackburn, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions. Plenty of movement on the boundary from both teams in this first quarter, Blackie.
Yeah, there is, mate, and it's very dark. We're going to get a shower very shortly.
Lights might be on soon, Blackie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle affected that time on, was it Byrne down there? Stopped him from another foray forward. So well done by Port Fairy there. Jakey Bartlett got the tap down. Now Stacks on the mill. The umpire will ball it up again. So it's almost dead centre. Victoria Park here, Koroit this afternoon. 6-4-40. The Saints 1-1-7. Port Fairy. Can't be long left on the Lee's contracting time clock. So up it goes. Bartlett knocks it down. And in fact, there is the siren to end the first quarter. A first quarter dominated by the Koroit Saints, with 4 goals to the co-coach Sam Dobson, and they lead 6-4-40 to Port Fairy 1-1-7 for Senate's accountant Stats Eyes Kelson. That was a quarter which was dominated by uncontested possession and also some pretty lazy turnovers by the Seagulls.
Well, it was, but they dominated on every line. Probably the only line they didn't dominate on was their full back line, and it just wasn't getting there. But as impressive as the forwards were, and Dobson was on fire, It was just bouncing off half-back far too easily, Matty, wasn't it? Every time it went there, they were able to set up from there.
The numbers around the contest, Koroit just outnumbered them in every contest across the ground. So that'll be something for Dusty McCorkle to work on with his charges at quarter time. There was some, there was some promising stuff in the back half of that first term for the Port Fairy Seagulls, but this second quarter is going to tell us a whole lot because they need to stand up and they need to step into this contest. That is for sure. So at quarter time here, it is Koroit 6-4-40. They lead Port Fairy 1-1-7. It's on the National Tile scoreboard. We'll come back with second quarter action right after this on your home of football and netball, 94.5 3YB FM.
3YB FM's Hampton League Live. 3YB FM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The world's #1 training method is at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness. High altitude and oxygen training. Just add these to your training and feel the results. Find out more at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness, Homemaker Centre, Warrnambool.
Dr. Xavier McKinnon here from the locally owned and operated Hampden Vet Clinic. We're now in Warrnambool and we're ready to look after your farm animals and available 24/7 if you need us. Pregnancy testing, lame cows, calf disbudding, we do it all.
Hampden Vets. Give them a call. They're good at what they do.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the third exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hints to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. It's where the locals go and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings, we've got ya.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Hampton League Live.
For Warrnambool Nissan, Flying Horse Bar and Brewery, Warrnambool Sheet Metal, Luke Williams Real Estate and Pearson's Nursery.
94.5 3YB FM.
Good afternoon in our Hampton League live match of the day. So it's quarter time here, Victoria Park, Koroit. Saints v Port Fairy, and the Saints, through Sammy Dobson, who kicked 4 goals in that first term, have got off to a flyer. They lead by 33 points. Greg Kelson, Philip Kelly in the commentary box, Alan Blackburn downstairs. They were really good. They were impressive in that first quarter, the Saints, boys.
Yeah, I don't know what pearls of wisdom I can offer in terms of, what you can swing around or what you can change. I just think overall Port Fairy's got a lift. They're just giving Koroit too much space, too much time to use the footy, and they're getting crucified for it. So I think they've just got to get their hands on it and try and create some space themselves.
Yeah, spot on, Eyes. And down on the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions. And a medical update also from Koroit Pharmacy. Alan Blackburn, any word on Matt Bradley, who copped that very, very heavy knock in that first quarter early?
Yeah, he did cop a bad knock, Joe. How's young Bradley?
Yeah, no, that was a big hit. He's struggled. He won't come back on. Obviously, he's a bit dazed and confused. So, bad luck for the big fella today.
And made a good start, especially by Sammy Dobson. Got the ball in there pretty quick and made it very tough one-on-one player.
Yeah, we've created a bit more space today, which helped Sammy. We haven't been helping him much the last few weeks, so I've been taken into the 50. So, we're getting it in there with a bit more space and kicking it in front of him, so it's working out so far.
And made a little bit into the win this quarter. Anything changed much or not?
No, not really. The way we want to play shouldn't matter if there's a little bit of wind or not. We've just got to, keep sticking at it, keep handball receives and keep getting it off the line, and it should work into the win, mate.
Thanks for your time, mate.
Beautifully done downstairs, Alan Blackburn. All thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement. Here go the Saints into attack through McCutcheon. His handball just missed the target, but Jack Block good enough to gather. Pumps it long and strong. Hoy on the end of it. Oh, just goes through the hands. And the big man, big Liam Hoy.
Full, I think, Matty.
It's gone off his boot, I think. A bit stiff there, the big Hoysen, and umpire missing, just conferring, but I think happy to say, it's out of bounds on the full.
Unlike last night, did you see that one?
I didn't, boss.
Oh, the ball came off the bottom of a
bump ball, wasn't it?
Bump ball.
Yeah.
Off a Collingwood boot and Carlton boot, and
So here goes Port Fairy now through Merkovich. Swings and bangs it on the boots, a high up and under. Peterson getting back. That's a good mark. Peter Bolsh, Bridgestone. Mark of the days. He paid it. I don't think he has. I thought he had enough of it himself.
No, he hasn't.
Might be a boundary throw. He's just conferring. I had that as a brand. John Deere, no fear moment for mine. It's courageous amongst two.
They're a bit unsure now. They're going to pay the mark. No, it's out of bounds.
So we're going to have a ball up far out of side. Fair to say, I reckon Port Fairy need the first goal here, boys.
Oh, definitely. Matt, and probably need the first couple, to be honest, and give themselves a bit of confidence.
Yep, got to bang them on quick, don't they? So here's a chance for Lee. Got to back out to Edmonds. That was Lucas. That's a good chain of handballs by the Seagulls. Here's a chance to run through the centre. If Lockie Gunning can get it, he can't. Coming through is Big Robinson. He's a big boy, Strawn. Got it back to Lockie Gunning. Here's a chance going forward for Port Fairy on the end of it. Oh, he couldn't mark it. Sully gets at the ground. Here's Hopper. It's a free kick for Sully, I think, held. And I think you're right, Matty. I'm not quite sure he's moving 100%, the big fella, but when that ball hit the ground, he sort of wasn't really in the contest until he earned himself a free kick. So he's going to kick from about, it'll be 55 metres. Not sure whether he's got the journey. He's going to go short to a lead to Jason Rowan. And Jason Rowan has marked it, and he'll be only about, he'll kick from nearly 50. Never been a big, long kick, Jace, has he? But he's kicking to the Bega Cheese end, which is a slight advantage, I think. So this is the one they need, Port Fairy, to get the first one on the board. Almost 2.5 minutes have played in this second quarter, brought to you by Sungold Milk. So Jason Rowan, the league's leading goal kicker of all time, he's going to go short into the pocket. Merkovich couldn't get over the top. Well done by Mooney. Comes back to Edmonds. He's in trouble. Couldn't get a handball out. Now he's pinned for holding the ball. Well, I'm not sure there, Oz, whether if Jason Rowan was a little unsure about the distance, probably top of the goal square might have been the better option.
Yeah, maybe in hindsight, I guess he thought he could find Edmonds with the footy, but it just didn't come off, boss.
Yep. So here goes Hoy. Started this contest well again. Gary Rowan, who's gone to Dobson. Ball just bounces over. Contest far out of side. McCosh is there. Gets it to Harrington. Further afield. Kick was smothered. I think that was Campbell. Now here's Campbell, right on cue, goes back to Hoy, steps through a little bit of traffic, kick goes inboard, goes through the midst that time of block. Edmonds is there. He gets it back to Sammy Lee.
Nice kick.
Good kick in the end. It was. Found a teammate in Merkovich. Squares one up. Good mark, too. That was Edmonds. That's Jimmy.
Ooh, talent, isn't he?
He's very good. Moves good, this kid. Don't worry. Nearly wanted to play on. Go back and have a shot, James.
Hey, little fellas, aren't they, the Edmonds boys?
Well, Mick wasn't big.
No, Mick was tiny. No. Great player, though.
Oh, very, very good. Got better with age, too, Mick. And James Edmonds will go back and have a shot. He'll kick just inside the 50-metre arc here. And to say they need this is an understatement, I reckon. They trail by 33 points to Seagulls.
They need it, Matt.
Yeah, good on you, Izzy. I like it. Edmonds comes in, kicks on its way, hasn't got the leg. Big pack of players. Punch. Peterson. He's dispossessed. Holding the pill. And that's Hopper. And that's what they need.
Yeah, that can send a bit of a message.
Put that down as a Peter Bolsh Bridgestone highlight of the day. For your tyre needs, get in there and see Bolshy and the boys. Magnificent individuals. And Hopper will go back and have a shot just at the top of the 10-yard square on a little bit of an angle. But he should slot it.
Matthew.
So Jet Hopper comes in. Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's missed it. They tried to suck the umpire in, but he wasn't falling for it. And gee whiz, there once you got a kick. So 128 Port Fairy, Koroit 6440 National Tile scoreboard.
Yeah, well, as you said, Isaac, it was would have been a team lifter, wouldn't it? A great tackle.
Especially after, the great tackle.
The forward pressure that they need to put on. Down on the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions, Alan Blackburn. They need to take those opportunities.
Yeah, it's a great tackle and just need to finish it off. He was good in the first quarter too, Hopper, so hopefully he can keep going.
Yeah, he's having a crack, that's for sure, Blackie, and yeah, just a bit more of that desperate stuff is exactly what Port need.
Yeah.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Calhire. Ash Kelson, South Bay Camberdown. What's the latest, Ash?
South Warrnambool, 3/4 time, siren just gone. 7-6, 40, we've got a shit scoreboard here. 7-6, 40,
48.
That's what it is, yeah, correct late. And Camberdown 3-2-20. The wind's gone round to the westerly, which South will be kicking with the last quarter.
Yeah, what a great mark too by Dobson there. Peter Bolsh Bridgestone, highlight of the day. He's a magnificent footballer. Kicks further afield, burns a target. Paul Free got plenty of numbers back there. Let's go to Skeeter Cannon, North Warrnambool v Cobden. What's the latest there, Skeet?
Yeah, nearly 3/4 time here, Matty, and it's North Warrnambool 7-9-51, leading Cobden 3-6-24.
Beautifully done at back here. Lockie Rourke has just pinged a bloke for holding the ball, and he will go back and have a shot. 25, 30 metres out, virtually directly in front. So this is to extend this Koroit lead. He's been really good in this contest so far. Lockie Rourke comes in, kicks on its way, and he misses it to the right, so goes through for a minor score. 6-5-41 Koroit, Port Fairy 1-2-8. National Tile scoreboard. And let's continue our round the grants. Portland v Warrnambool. Wally Steer. Wally, what's the latest, buddy?
Yeah, third quarter, 27 minutes gone. There's just a slight stopping play. The big ruckman for Portland's gone down. Looks like a bit of a nasty knee injury, so they're just getting him off the ground. But Warrnambool still with a lead, 7-11-53 to Portland, 3-10-28.
So is that Benny Malcolm, Wall?
Yes, it is. He's just
that's not good.
So it mightn't be too bad, but he was down on the ground for quite a while. But anyway, he's got himself up.
Geez, they can't afford to lose big Benny Malcolm. That is for sure, because he's such an important player for that Portland outfit. And the Pies leading by 9 points against the Adelaide Crows at the MCG. So the Crows are back in that contest, boys.
Kiwana, thank you.
Kiwana.
They've hit back hard because they were 22 points up. So back here at Victoria Park, Koroit, it was a kicking by Gary Rowan, which pinpointed Jet Hopper almost in the centre of the ground for the kick. It was a beautiful kick. So we're nearly 8 minutes into this second quarter. That's on the Lee's contracting time clock. Brought to you by Sungold Milk this second quarter. So it's over on the far outer side, just forward of centre wing for Port Fairy. Ollie Myers couldn't grab it. Hoy can, but his kick's smothered. And there's another smother there on little Will Sinnott, I reckon it was. And there'll be a boundary throw in. So Port Fairy had an opportunity early in this quarter through Hopper to kick a goal, but they missed, so just a point each added. So it's going to be McInerney and Bartlett. Nobody got the tap. Ball fell to ground, come to Harrington. Harrington got it to Hoy. Hoy's kick was smothered by Lee. That was good. Chipping in there was Edmonds. Oh, too high. It'll be a free kick to little Edmonds. This is James. So he gets a quick handball out to his cousin Lucas. Now he's in trouble. Gets it back to James. James gets it on the boot. Falling over, couldn't mark it, was McInerney. Trying to pick it up there, I think, was Big Strawny Robinson. But the umpire said, give it to me, I'll throw it up. That was Ollie Myers. So throw up, it's going to be Bartlett again against McInerney. So Bartlett get the front position, got the tap down, only favoured Koroit though. So kick forward, looking for Dobson. Oh, good mark, Gary Rowan in front.
Good grab.
So good one-on-one contest there by Rowan. So he's on half-back. He goes short into the centre, good kick. Finds Bartlett. Bartlett gets it out there towards little Lucas again. He might have caught one too, I know. Holding the ball, said umpire Lowther. And again, just when they're trying to create something, Port Fairy, it comes undone. So the kick comes into the middle to Blair McCutcheon. Got plenty of time. His handball wasn't great. Only favoured big Jakey Bartlett. He got a handball out there towards Jason Rowan. Does it right up the ground. Gets it to little Mohan. So his kick's a dribbler. It might favour Sully. Sully gets it. Wheels onto the left boot. Has a snap, but it misses. And in fact, it's gone over the line out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in right next to the point post for Port Fairy. And they badly need a goal. 1-2-8 their trail. 6-5-41. We've played almost 10 minutes in this second quarter, and that's on the Lee's contracting time clock. Eyes, Kelson.
Yeah, they need to lock it in here now, Port Fairy. They need to get a goal out of this 4A forward posse.
Yep.
So it's Sully. He's trying to grab that one out of the ruck. He's a big, strong unit, Matty Sully. Coming through there was Edmonds. He's trying to lift. Could have been too high. He kind of grabbed his head, but umpire missed and says no. He was slow to get up too. There's young Evans, been good though. So ball goes up again. McInerney and Sully. Here's Hoy. Just gets his quick kick forward. Here's Mohan. See a lot of him in the first quarter. Hopper just fists that one forward. Merkovich gathers, goes back inboard looking for Myers. Missed the target. Geez, that was good ball looking work by Hoy.
Ooh,
is he going to be pinged? No, he took it on.
I think his prior opportunity was the fend off, was it not?
It was a big hit by the big Hoysen sauce. And we're going to have another ball up. So, sun shining out here, Blackie. All thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement.
Beautiful day, Matthew. Beautiful day.
So, Hopper, he gets a handball, just a little tunnel ball. Stacks on the middle once again. Players getting to know each other. They come in. Just a little bit of a head you do.
Just ball her in, mate. That's all going to go on.
That's it, you're right. I was just ball her up. Matty Sully's got about 3 or 4. He's going to get a freezy.
Yep.
I think he is.
That's another way of sorting it.
So Sully, who will be on the right side for a left footer, if it's him that gets the kick.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's him, mate.
So Big Matty has got a chance to kick his second of the afternoon and Port Fairy's second. And he's in the right pocket for a left footer.
It's probably smart from Sully. He almost higgled enough to get that, didn't he?
A couple of Maryvale residents, Blair McCutcheon and Matt Sully, there going at it. Neighbours almost.
So Matty Sully, he's about 25 metres out, right on the boundary line in front of the away rooms here at Victoria Park. Koroit kick on its way.
Oh, he's missed.
He's only just missed too. So they've had a couple of chances in this second quarter.
Goal umpire's the master of the early call too, Poss.
He is. He does go the early crow, doesn't he?
Yeah. 139 Port Fairy, 6-5-41 Koroit National Tiles scoreboard.
Yeah, so Mooney with the kick in duties goes wide. He's kicked it out in the full.
Uncharacteristic.
Yeah, very much so, Eyes. And Harwood will take the kick, so he's going to bang Port Fairy back into the forward line. He'll get well inside 50 if he goes long. He's going to do that, I think, top of the goal square. So marking contest. Who we got? Up we go. It's all Koroit going up. It's taken by Hopper. He's been terrific. Handball over the top to Sully. Here's a chance. Oh, he fell over. And he's hurt himself too, I think, Sully, because he's not quick to get up and he's limping. I don't reckon
it's that left knee, boys,
yeah,
I reckon.
He's definitely not right, is he?
He's coming to
he's going to come off. I think his knee might have buckled on him there. I don't think he's far from 100% fit. So here's Mac Peterson with the footy now, deep in defence for Koroit. comes out wide looking for McInerney. Up they go. Lots of spoils there by Port Fairy. Pushed in the back, almost a free kick. It comes to Rook, couldn't control it. He goes at it again. Little kick off the ground. That's gone out of bounds on the full. Right in front of Alan Blackburn. Right in front of Alan Blackburn down to the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions. A medical update. Koroit Pharmacy. Matt Sully doesn't look right. Alan Blackburn.
As we said before, it didn't look right from the start, did he? So we give it a bit of a twist there. So not good for Matty.
He set the runner away though. He's going to try and run it out.
Here goes Mohan. Can he gather? Dispossess. The ball is kicked off the ground. Lee gathers for Port Fairy. Goes back to a teammate there. That is Fleming. Goes further afield, but the kick just misses Jason Rowan and goes out of bounds. We'll have a ball up. Yeah, he's obviously playing under a bit of duress, Matty, but he's tough. He wants to stay out there. He knows his team needs him today. And he's giving a contest.
He is.
Guys, for Sinnott's accountant stats, given the fact that they're, effectively 6 goals down, do you just take that risk and put Gary Rowan forward now? I know he's going to do a job.
Well, you've got to win the game. That's right. There's nothing, you're not going to save it, but...
I just think the congested forward line's not going to help anyway, is it, boys?
True.
It's pretty...
I think he might be best served still to try and set it up from across the centre line.
Yep.
Because he's such a beautiful long kick too.
Yep. So boundary throw, Bartlett got some sort of a tap. It come back towards him. Dylan McCutcheon grabs it. He's tackled. What'll the umpire see here? He said holding. No, he said he'll ball it up.
I'll tell you what you will find with Koroit. I think in the couple of games we've seen, they play in bursts.
Yeah.
So even now, it's been a bit of a lull for them, hasn't it? They haven't hit the scoreboard or anything. So they are gettable at times, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, it's been a pretty even quarter. So there's Byrne. He threw it away, but the umpire didn't see it.
Probably accentuating that a little, though, is that Port Fairy have had a couple of opportunities, and I just think they've got to make the most of all of them. If it was what you're saying, Matty, it was 6 goals to 3, which is possibly should be, then you're still in it, aren't you?
Yeah.
So they're in it here with an opportunity. Oh, he kicked it off the ground. McCosh straight for the boundary line. How's the umpire going to see this? No, he said throw it in.
And Poss...
yes, Ellen.
Port Fairy's got 2 guys in their forward line alone, so the Koroit boys have just flooded for the last few minutes. So whether they should push down a bit, they've got 2 guys on their own in the centre of the ground.
46-17, 2 points to Terrain Morlake up on the Hamilton Kangaroos, all thanks to Matt Cohire.
So Connor Byrne burst out of that stoppage, looking for Rook, tried to gather it on the half volley, gets another chance, picks it up, gives it across there. That's a nice little play by Waterson, Waterson, down here's Dobson, all on his own. Rowan's giving chase, he won't get there, goes inboard. Fraser Rob marks, he's got a player on his own in the goal square if he wants him, he's got him everywhere. He'll give it to Blair McCutcheon. They might muck this up, they have. It comes out to Little Sinnott. There's a kick for free kick, no, said the umpire. Out towards Edmonds. He can't gather. Big Jakey McCosh Jakey Bartlett done very well. Comes back to Dylan McCutcheon. A little wobbler. Up it goes. Dobson behind. Can he gather? He can gather. Can he kick a goal? No, it's smothered by Gary Rowan. It's gone over the line, out of bounds. Right beside the point post. Scoring opportunity for Koroit, 6-5-41 on this Solomon's flooring and blind scoreboard. 139 Port Fairy, 17 minutes second quarter.
Kind of a bit unselfish there in the end, weren't they? A few of those boys.
Absolutely. Sadly, Bartlett trying his heart out.
He's probably been Port Fairy's best for mine. Here goes McCutcheon. That's Blair. Swings onto his left. Snaps around the body. Bouncing ball. Rush through for a minor score. That time it was Jimmy Waller's. Quick play on. That's Gary Rowan. Spots up a teammate further afield. Chip kick over the top. That was Merkovich. Further afield to Edmonds. Edmonds plays on. One-on-one contest. Stevens been really rock solid once again today for the Koroit Saints, and the ball goes out of bounds. And a few players in front of the bar. Free kick's been plucked out here. It's going to go to, I think it's Stevens. Stevens will get the resultant free kick. So they all those players getting pinged around everywhere. It's like a pinball machine. There's Hoy. Once again, he just racks them and stacks them. Liam Hoy, the skipper. He'll be pushing 16 or 17, I reckon, already in this first half. Goes further afield. Dobson was the target. Going back with it was Lee. Gathered by Dobson to Dobson. Just stepping around there was McCutcheon. Swings onto that left boot. Big fly over the back jack block. Bottom of the pack, though. Merkovich, quick kick forward. and gets the Port Fairy Seagulls out of trouble. And we will have a ball up far out of side. So Koroit Saints 6-6-42. They lead Port Fairy 139. National Task scoreboard, 18 minutes gone, league contracting time clock.
Yeah, and on the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions, they're just not clean enough at the moment, the Seagulls, are they, Blackie? When they get possession of the footy, they can't give it to a teammate in a better position.
Just can't finish it off with their skill. And Gary Rowan's just come off, boys, so just went and sat down. I don't know whether it's a rest or he could be a little bit injured, but he's come off last 5 minutes ago.
Probably just a rest, I'd say. He's been running pretty well. So hopefully that's all it is, Blackie.
Yeah, so Bartlett went up. It spills down there towards, might have been Lucas King, but it's going to come back. Up they go. Harwood, big fly from behind by Wallace, but he couldn't take the mark. Now Stacks on the mills, just inside the 50 for Koroit doing the attacking. 19 minutes just ticked over in this second quarter, brought to you by Sungold Milk.
Just fits Sam Dobson, boys. I've just been watching his running patterns.
He covers the ground, doesn't he?
He does. So Dylan McCutcheon, he's been pretty good today too. He's had a lot of mates though. So Bartlett went for the punch, comes to Merkovich at ground level. He can't control it. Blair McCutcheon might be able to. He's tackled, holding the ball. Knows to the umpire, play on. It's gathered out there by Myers. His big kick went long down the line. That's a good mark, I think. Is it by Jason Rowan? No. It's gone over the line out of bounds. So there'll be a boundary throw in. Very quiet second quarter so far, boys. No goals kicked, but Port Fairy getting themselves in the game, but they're just not capitalising on us.
A couple of goals, and they would be back in at toss, but as I said, they've just bungled a couple of chances. And like you said, Matty, Koroit can give you opportunities to come back at them, but Port sort of haven't taken them, have they?
No, they have not. They needed a couple of goals here in this second term and not coming as yet. Free kick's been plucked out here. It's going to go to the Port Fairy Seagulls, and I reckon it is Edmonds.
Been good too, he's tried.
He has, mate. He's got plenty of heat. So Jimmy Edmonds, far out of side, kicks down, doesn't get a lot of purchase on the football. Big fly there across half forward, off the ground, sinking the slipper into it. Was Edmonds again. Rowan gathers. That was a good pick up. Just misses the target with a handball. McInerney's wrapped up in a strong tackle. Dobson happy to see, Tate Waterson, I should say, happy to see that ball go out of bounds and that far out of side, and we will have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, so just on the attacking side of wing for Port Fairy, so that far out of side on the Mickey Burke's Hotel side of the stadium here this afternoon. There's big Bartlett, tries to take it out of the ruck but dropped it. There's a chance for Hoy's little handball. Went far enough to win a teammate. They're just the little things Koroit are doing.
Look at this, boys.
And you keep an eye on the bit of a fracas there, eyes. And in the meantime, Dylan McCutcheon's got it. He's still having a how to do out there. So McCutcheon.
Well, he's throwing his weight around Bartlett.
This is Dylan. So he squares it up. Little kick went to Ewing, I reckon it is. So young Daniel Ewing. He's on centre wing. He's not worried about the fight. Nor is Lockie Rook, because he marks and plays on there. He's got a player here in Hectares. If it gets to him, he's fallen over at the wrong time. That was Tyler Stevens. This allows Big Robinson a chance. Gets it to Mohan. He fell over. Goes in, affects the tackle. Goes in again. Robinson goes in again. This is good footy. Peterson got it out. He's picked a free kick out of this. Had paid advantage. The advantage went to Ewing. Ewing went long. Might have been a push in the back. It doesn't matter because Connor Burns snaps. It dribbles for a goal. It dribbles for a goal, and Koroit get their seventh. 7-6-48. And, it's the first goal of the afternoon and his first, Connor Byrne, his 16th for the season, and Ice Kelson again just making the most of their opportunity.
Yeah, critical 50-50 ball with the middle of the ground, and Mohan unfortunately gave away a free kick, but having said that, he was battling his heart out. There was 2 and 3 efforts from him, and Koroit were the ones that finished on top out of that little foray, and then just an opportunist goal. Connor Byrne, he just knows where they are, doesn't he?
He's a super player, that is for sure. Let's go around the grounds. All thanks to Matt Hi, Ash Kelson, South v Camden. What's the latest, Ash?
11-minute mark, last quarter. South Warrnambool 9-7-61. Camperdown 5-2-32.
Beautifully done, Ash. Good mark. A good centre clearance there by the Port Fairy Seagulls by Jason Rowan. Kicks further afield. Sully's the target. Goes through the midst that time with the big fella. Plenty of players at the bottom of the pack. Mohan gathers, snaps from the pocket, centres the ball, goes across the face. It's all Koroit, and they'll get out. Let's go to Wally Steer, Portland for the Warrnambool Blues. What's the latest, Walt?
Righto, we're just about on the 8-minute mark of the last quarter, and Warrnambool 8-13-61 to Portland 3-10-28.
Done enough, the Blues, Walt, do you think, to hang on?
Yeah, I think they have. They've dominated this last final quarter. They've kicked the only goal in the last quarter, so I think they've done enough.
Be a fine win. We'll get fine.
It'll be a real good win, mate, because Portland have been up and about. It's around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire. And, we've only got about 4 or 5 minutes to go in what has been a pretty lacklustre second term here, to be honest. 1 goal in the second term here at Victoria Park. Koroit has gone to Koroit, and they're going to get another free kick, and they're going to pump themselves into attack once again. And that free kick will go on that far outer side to Jack Block.
Yeah, so Block squares it up to Dylan McCutcheon. He's been terrific today too. He's a Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day contender. He's going to go back out wide again. Now he's unsure. That little fella out on the wing goes back to McCutcheon again. So they're waxing out there. That was young Ewing that give it back to McCutcheon. So he's in the middle of Victoria Park. Goes short to Stevens. Did it bounce? No, said umpire. And the mark will be paid to Stevens. So Mickey Lowther said no, it carried. No problems there. So Stevens goes long. Where's Dobson? He's in this frame. Up he goes. He couldn't mark it. They get plenty at ground level though, the Saints. One of them out there's picked it up. That was nicely done out there by Waterson. Now's a little kick. Here's Dobson. As he tackled, gets up, gets it out. Good enough to get it to a teammate. Yeah, they're going to dribble it across the line. No, Port Fairy will win it. It comes out to Lee. He got pushed off it far too easily. It comes out to Peterson. Peterson goes back to the top of the goal square. Dobson couldn't mark. Spoilt by Harwood. Dobson's first to recover, though. Got it to Swarbrick in game 1 and game 50. There's big Jakey Bartlett at ground level, but he couldn't control it. And there'll be a ball up. They're desperately hanging on the Seagulls. 25 and a half minutes in this second quarter. Just the 1 goal of the quarter to a lovely little snap by Connor Byrne for Koroit. So they lead by 39 points. Deep in this second quarter, Ice.
What a quaddie it's going to be at Flemington, Ice Kelson. We've had a $60 winner, a $20 winner, and now a $25 winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nicely.
Unbelievable.
So here we go. Handball goes back inboard, wrapped up, strong tackle. It was by big Jag McInerney. And great to see Ice Kelson.
Had a lazy little bet on Matt Graham at 25 to 1, nephew. He's been good to me at Flemington.
He's been very good to you. Here goes Jack Block, left foot, snap. Goes further afield, going back with a fight. There was Byrne, ball bounces out of bounds, and we're going to have a ball up. So this quarter ticked over 26 minutes, 7-6, 48 Saints, 139 Port Fairy. So can the Saints conjure something up here as Hoy goes to the bench for a well-earned rest? McInerney, big double fist up. Numbers all with Port Fairy. Merkovich to Edmonds. Edmonds goes further afield. Mohan takes a nice mark, so what a douche. Got the Jonathan Thurston helmet on this afternoon. He goes further afield to Rowan. Just numbers once again. Blair McCutcheon, one of those. Saints is doing it well this afternoon. Good mark. It's a really nice mark. Georgie Swarbrick in game number 50. Goes inboard to Sam Lee. Takes a diving mark. So Sammy.
Oh, it's got to be 50, doesn't it?
I would have thought, no, he's played on, I guess. Squares it up. That time to Harwood, who's got a bit of space in front of him. Kick has to be good. Misses the target. Hopper's good enough to get it. Can he gather, though? Well, he runs straight into trouble, driven into the ground. How's the umpire going to adjudicate this? He says no opportunity, and we will have a ball up.
That's the problem, Matty. That kick forward is just not hitting targets. An interesting result that with Warrnambool Blues appear as if they're going to get up, and with South Warrnambool in control over Camperdown, that could effectively put Warrnambool into third place on the ladder, third or fourth place on the ladder, which is incredible given the fact that they had a bad start.
And lost a lot of players.
They have. It's a free kick for in the back here to Koroit. We're deep in this second quarter.
Right. Poss.
Yes, Blackham.
I got an update on Gary Rowan.
Yep.
Got the tracksuit top on, walking into the sheds as we speak.
Yeah, right, okay. So obviously an injury there to Gary Rowan, which appears to be game-ending, which is
Well, what's he done, do you reckon, Blackie?
I don't know. It could be hamstring, I'd say. He's got no ice or anything on, but he's got the tracksuit on. He went off at the 16-minute mark, which is 12 minutes ago.
Yep.
He's just walking off.
Okay, something they didn't want.
No,
So that
and
kicked
not going forward too if it's long term.
Yeah.
Especially if Sully looks like he's under a bit of an injury cloud as well. So, yeah, not ideal.
Had plenty of issues, of course, with soft tissue, hasn't he, Gary?
Yes, indeed. So, Koroit, I think that's Blair McCutcheon. Goes long down the line, and guess who's marked it on 50? That's Dobson. Goes short to Dylan McCutcheon. Couldn't hold the mark. Getting back there, that might have been Jason Rowan right up in... No, it wasn't up in that back line. It wasn't Jace, but Stacks on the Mill will pick up that play when he gets to his feet.
Terang, Mortlake, Hamilton and South Warrnambool the next 3 rounds for Port Fairy.
Okay. So difficult for them. They certainly need to get on a winning roll because they're not doing well here.
Plus, you also spoke about the percentage factor. At this point in time, you're not doing Port Fairy any favours either.
No,
it's effectively another game, isn't it?
It is. And the way it sits at the moment, Koroit will increase there. So there's a ball up, about centre half forward for Koroit. May have the last opportunity to score. It's getting dark here at Victoria Park. Jag McInerney went over the top, got a tap out. Picked up that by be holding the ball. It will be. He tried to evade a couple. I think that might have been Fraser Robb.
Probably Warrnambool winning, which looks like they will. Probably just makes the job of or this game even more critical, doesn't it, in terms of the result?
Yep, 100%. So again, a turnover by Port Fairy, and it's going to be a free kick picked out here. It's going to go to Koroit, and 50-metre penalty. So it's all unravelling for the Seagulls. Colin Harwood there, decked, I think it was block, and then obviously had a bit of a chat to Mickey Lowther, and Mickey said, no, Cole, sorry, mate, I'll make it a certain goal. In fact, it's going to be Blair McCutcheon, I think. No, it's Fraser Robb, so little antagonist. He's going to go back and kick Koroit's 8, and it really is falling apart for the Seagulls. So Robb, at the 30-minute mark, goes bang for his first. Koroit's 8, and they go to 8-6-54. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. They lead Port Fairy 139. We've played 30 and a half minutes. Alan Blackburn on the boundary line for BB Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions. If it wasn't bad enough, that makes it worse.
Yeah, no, not good. Not a great quarter of football. Although Koroit's a bit tougher to score up that end of the ground, but looking good, aren't they? Koroit, they tackle hard, they back up, they run, they do all the hard things, and Seagulls are just way out of their depth here, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's tough to watch, and I'm sure it's even tougher to watch for the hierarchy from Port Fairy, because what do you do from here, really?
Well, the thing is, I mean, you look at their list and the way they've recruited, and they've actually gone backwards from last year. They were putting teams on the ground last year that weren't, they had a lot of injuries, and they were very, very competitive, but they're just not firing a shot, are they?
Yep.
I'm trying to think who else is missing. So we mentioned McElwain. Who's missing from last year? Pollock.
Yeah, Pollock.
Which is a big one. Who else?
Liccardi.
Oh, Ishide Liccardi. Yeah, gives him a bit of run, a bit of zip.
The other fellow, the caterer's son, what's his name?
No, he's out there, Ollie Myers.
Oh, right. I just haven't noticed much of him today.
No, he's had a few teammates that haven't really had much of the footy, but this is young Ewing Daniel. Goes down the line looking for Rob. Or in fact, it might have been Connor Byrne. Now he gets it back again, kicks it inboard. This is Rob Marks. It's an half forward, but he's 95 metres out, and I don't think he's going to have a shot. But I think I'd be well advised if I was Big Jakey just to leave him alone. Although the siren's gone down the quarter, I think, so no problem there. So at half-time, the Koroit Saints dominating 8-6-54, leading Port Fairy 1-3-9. Of course, that second quarter action on Hampden League Live brought to you by Sungold Milk. Down on the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions. Also, the Koroit Pharmacy with an injury report. We've got a couple out of this so far, Alan Blackburn, but how did you see that first half?
Yeah, it's dominated. The Seagulls probably missed a couple that they should have kicked. Would have been more respectable, wouldn't it? 3-3 instead of 1-3, but Koroit's run ability, and they had Sam Dobson first quarter, just dominated. Didn't put much pressure on the ball carrier, so it made it pretty tough on the Port Fairy backman, but they're just a good outfit, aren't they? And they run and back up, and they just produce good young players all the time. But really good side. They've got a good midfield, steady back line, and they've got Sam Dobson and Connor Byrne up forward. So they're a really good side, aren't they, Koroit?
Yeah, they're playing very, very good football. And that first half has been an absolute domination for mine. 8-6-54 Koroit, 1-3-9 the Port Fairy Seagulls. And it was a game that's been dominated, that first quarter in particular, by Sammy Dobson. He kicked 4. Young Burns kicked a couple. And it has been a really, really impressive performance by the Koroit Saints. For the Seagulls, they've got a couple of blokes under an injury cloud, as we just mentioned, and they have got a really big second half coming up here, that is for sure. We're going to take a break. The halftime show, all thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar and Terang. Coming up on the other side of this, we catch up with the netballer of the week. And can I just give a shout out to Jack and Kerry Crawley? They have the best chips and gravy and dim sims and Chico rolls, potato cakes. They do burgers. They do it all at Crawley's Milk Bar. Make sure you get in and say good day, and just friendly family staff. It is absolutely magnificent. We'll take a break. Come back with more on the other side of this.
Three YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Have you been injured at work, in a public place or in a motor vehicle accident? Let us help you secure the compensation you deserve. Madden's Lawyers, with you every step of the way.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family. Indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen.
Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Hampton League Live.
For Badeness Rural, Southwest Conveyancing, Rafferty's Tavern, Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Greg Allen Farm Machinery.
94.5 3YB FM.
I feel a little underqualified, but I'll take it nonetheless. I do love winning. So.
Okay, so it ticks all the boxes then. And this is an award that spans all the grades, so you're more than qualified. But congratulations. Let's talk about the game that saw you win our Netballer of the Week in the 2-goal win against Cobden. Speaking of loving a win, that must have been a fantastic win by all accounts, a really close game, Maura.
It was. We had a bit of a decent lead. I think we got up to about 7 points ahead, but Cobden just kept coming, and then they got the lead. And it was probably the first game this season. We're a very new team, and it was the first game this season that we kind of just rallied, and we didn't lose our heads. We just kept it together. We all kept our cool, and to come away with the win it felt sort of like a pivotal moment in the season for our team. Like it's all starting to come together. So we were pretty chuffed to get that one. It's a bit of a weird one, actually. I grew up in far north Queensland. It was very much, we've got the rugby league and basketball. So AFL and netball clubs weren't a thing. So I grew up playing a bit of basketball and moved to Port Fairy, about 16 years ago now, and was just playing social basketball for the fun of it. And it was back in, I was trying to remember the year, it must be 2015 or 16, when the Hampton League introduced the Division 3 competition. And a couple of the girls that played netball had seen me play basketball and thought she might be a really good defender. So they had a Division 3 team, they needed some extra players. So I went down to the club, and somehow, they must have been absolutely desperate, got a spot on a team and was an atrocious defender. I know that some people can just move between the two sports, and I couldn't. I kept calling it the naughty rule, where you have to get the 3 feet back and the distance, and I was just terrible. So I think just in panic and not having enough numbers, they thought, what are we going to do with her? So they threw me down in the goal ring and made me goal shooter. And once I learned how to shoot without a backboard, that's where I've stayed.
I suppose that is the key. Basketball to netball, that would be a slight adjustment to make with no backboard.
Absolutely. And I had genuinely, I was, I think I was about 27 or 28. I'd never even seen a game of netball in my life. I didn't know the rules. I still remember the very first game I played in round 1, we were at Koroit, funnily enough, and I remember they blew the whistle, and I thought, it was just a real moment of going, what am I doing here? I don't even understand the rules. I was terrified, and I'd actually turned up at the time, you could only play in white socks. It was a rule, and I didn't know that, so I turned up in my black socks, and my coach actually had to take her socks off and give them to me to run around on the court. Like, I was just so out of my depth and out of my comfort zone, but a few years later and a premiership under the belt. So.
Well, this is what...
And now I love it.
I was going to say, that led me beautifully in over 100 games for the Seagulls now. A premiership, and don't undersell this premiership, by the way. Best on ground in a premiership winning side is a pretty amazing achievement. Just take us back there quickly. What was that like? Especially, I guess, with the journey that you'd been on to get to netball in the first place.
Yeah, it was, I think the first year that we played, I don't even know if we won a game, to be honest, but we gradually built. We had a team that kind of stuck together for a while, and we kept grinding it out, and we consistently were making finals and grand finals, and we lost, I can't even remember how many grand finals we lost to Hamilton. It'll haunt me. And then I think, we may be one of the only teams in the history of the sport to be completely undefeated for 2 full seasons, but to only have 1 premiership, because we played undefeated, must have been the 2021 season, and then because of COVID they cancelled finals.
Of course.
So we never got to finish that season out. And we did actually have a bit of change within our team between those 2 years, but 2022 we came out, we had absolutely unfinished business, so we finished up premiers and champions for 2 years in a row, but only 1 premiership. So
isn't it wild?
There really is no feeling like it. It was just, I still smile, I still go back and watch the game day footage. Just everything aligned for us that day, and yeah, it's definitely in the memory bank as a top 5 memory of my life, I think.
No doubt, and what an amazing achievement those couple of years as well for you girls, Mara. The Port Fairy Football Netball Club, what does that club mean to you?
It really is. I mean, on a light-hearted note, being that I married a Murrahy and Sean and Martina are synonymous, I don't think I'd have been allowed to stay in the family if I'd ever have played for another club.
No, that's fair. I can see that.
It was only ever going to be purple and gold. I think the only exception they'd make is if I were to go and play for Collingwood netball or something. But the club, it just means so much to me. It's a family. And, I started playing and I continue to play. It gives us something to do over the winter, which is a bonus. But physical health, mental health, it's really propped me up in some of the harder times of my life, having my team, having something to focus on. And I've had 2 children during my sort of 9 or so years playing netball. And, being able to come back to the game as a mum and as a breastfeeding mother, and then being able to take, I often say it's the one thing that I do for myself every week that I'm really selfish about. When I'm training and playing, I'm not a mum, I'm not a wife, I'm not a counsellor, I'm not an employee, I'm just out there doing something for me. So I get to be selfish about netball.
Yeah, and I think, I think you've hit the nail on the head in terms of what football and netball clubs mean to people, and it's an outlet, and I think it's fantastic that you have that outlet, and I'm sure you're not the only one that's in a similar scenario. So, Myra, it's been fantastic to chat. Congratulations on what you've achieved so far. Good luck for the rest of the year. Seagull sitting in 3rd in Division 2, so hopefully another finals tilt for you girls. And again, well done on being our netballer of the week. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Go Seagulls.
3YB FM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all-new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
This autumn at Pearson's Nursery in Allensford, you'll find a stunning selection of vibrant, locally
locally grown annuals and perennials. It's easy to see why Pearson's Nursery is one of the Southwest's best kept secrets. Visit Pearson's Nursery, Growers Road, Ellinsford, and discover the difference.
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the third exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hints to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Delicious meals, kids' playroom, function room, big screen TV, sports, live music, courtesy bus. Rafford East Haven has something for the whole family. Become a Hump member for special discounts at the Thirsty Camel drive-through bottle shop. Whatever the occasion, make it memorable at Rafford East Haven.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need something welded or fabricated? See Warrnambool Sheet Metal. Commercial kitchens, benches, exhaust and new canopies, handrails, gates, mailboxes and toolboxes. There's not much Warrnambool Sheet Metal can't do. Braithwaite Street.
Hampton League Live.
For McDonald's, Warrnambool Eastern Central, MGA Insurance, the Hampton Vet Clinic and Lucas Brothers Butchers.
94.5 3YB FM.
Yeah, welcome back. Half time here in our Hampton League Live match of the day. Saints are out on the deck. Lights are on here at Victoria Park. Koroit, Port Fairy just entering the arena. It was their first half dominated by the Koroit Saints, 8-6-54. Port Fairy 1-3-9. And fair to say, boys, I haven't had an RVT like that. Ants, Marnie, Russ, they looked after us sensationally well. That was magnificent, wasn't it?
Well, Gail said to me this morning, what do you want for tea? And I said, well, I'm not sure I'll want any because A, I'll probably go over and watch the footy tonight, and B, I said Koroit puts on one of the best spreads going around, so I reckon I'll be pretty right.
Well, we've had everything. We've had sandwiches, we've had party pies, sausage rolls, quiches, cakes, potato cakes,
can of Coke,
calamari
They've
rings.
got everything out here. They're multicultural.
And ice.
Yes.
Which is unbelievable.
Yep.
So massive shout out and kudos to the Koroit Football Netball Club. They know how to do it, and hence why we've been out here a few times this year, boys.
We're coming back next week. Give me a look at the draw. We'll come back again next week. But what happens from here, boys?
Well, Gary Rowan. So I haven't seen him come back. He looks like he's not even in his gear still. So he's obviously done for the day. Matt Sully, he's I reckon he's on one leg with his knee. So yeah, I just it's going to be a really important second half, but just hard to see him coming back into this contest. Let's go quickly around the grounds. Matt Kohaya, Ash Kelson, South V Camden. What's the latest, Ash?
Yeah, all over, mate. 10-11-71 South Warrnambool. Camperdown 5-3-33.
Good win to the Roosters, mate. Love your work, big fella. Send us through your 3-2-1. That would be fantastic. Skeeter Cannon, Cobden North Warrnambool. What's the score down there, Skeet?
Yeah, final score, Matty. North Warrnambool 11-10-76, defeating Cobden 4-10-34.
Good win to the Eagles. They remain undefeated. Same thing, mate. Send through your pit stop menswear MVP 3-2-1. And let's go to the final game. Wally Steer v the Portland Tigers v the Warrnambool Blues. Wally, the Blues end up winning, buddy.
Yeah, won comfortably. 11-13-79 to 5-12-42.
It's a big win for the Blues, and it certainly sets their season up. Send us through your 3, 2 and 1s as well. Appreciate your efforts this afternoon. And Terang Mortlake and Hamilton Kangaroos. That is the other game that's happening at the moment. And currently the Bloods 43 points up over the Hamilton Kangaroos, and that is halfway through the third quarter. So that is Around the Grounds, Poss and Eyes, all thanks to Matt Kohaya.
Yeah, beautifully done, Matty. And we're a half a minute into this third quarter, and Port Fairy going forward. A good mark taken by Jason Rowan at centre-half forward. He squares it up, looking for Robinson. He grabs it. Oh, he's tackled. He got a little bit of a kick away, which was enough, said the umpire. Ball spilled out free towards McKenna. He kicks to the top of the goal square, but it's gone over the line and out of bounds. And there'll be a relieving free kick. So we got a bit of a sun problem down that end there, Matty, which we're going to have to put up with this second half. So 6:54. That's Koroit on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Port Fairy 139. They really need to pressure and put some scoreboard pressure, at least make it respectable for this third quarter.
The lights are on here at Koroit, but it's probably as bright as it's been, Matthew.
They look good, these new lights, Eddie, too. Every club has got new lights in the competition, which is just brilliant.
Yep.
Great to see, great for Hamilton League footy and great for these football and netball clubs. Alan Blackburn downstairs, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions. You were talking with the number one ticket holder of the mover and shaker of the Port Fairy Seagulls in Mick Finnegan. What did Mick have to say, Blake?
Mick's a little bit disappointed. He said if they'd have kicked them couple of goals, it would have been respectable, but pretty disappointed, mate, he is.
Any update on Gary Rowan, Blackie?
Yeah, well, he's not on the ground, so I don't want to go and annoy him, but I'd say that he's done for the day, mate.
Not good news for Port Fairy Football Club followers. So Bartlett, who's been really good, he's tried hard all day, gets it down. Edmonds to Merkovich, quick left foot kick forward, but on the end of it, Peterson all bounces off his chest. Hopper's there, gathered by Robinson, goes back further afield to Zebby McKenna. Around the body, diving mark there by Hodgins in the last side of defence for the Koroit Saints. And he will get them out of trouble, Poss.
Yeah, they've just had so many opportunities going forward, but they've just butchered the ball. So another relieving kick coming out of the back line for Koroit. Ball spills to the back. Merkovich couldn't get it. It's gone over the line, out of bounds, just inside 50 eyes.
Yeah, what they're doing, Poss, they're getting a couple of possessions, and then the third one or something, they're turning it over straight away. They've done it nearly every time they've had the footy.
Yep, and Koroit are anticipating that too. They're getting numbers back onto the goal line and just almost like goalkeepers in soccer, they're just saving them. So they just need to tidy things up a bit. And of course, this third quarter action brought to our great friends McDonald's and Clinton Bosch Warrnambool Nissan. Of course, we travel in that magnificent Nissan. And here's an opportunity for Port Fairy because Jason Rowan had a couple of possessions now, a couple of marks in this third quarter, has taken a mark. He's about 35 metres out directly in front. And given he's kicked 1,000 and something goals, you'd imagine that he'd go back and slot this through. So it's a badly needed one for Port Fairy. They've started the quarter well.
Yep.
But they have to capitalise.
And he hasn't. To be fair to him, they've had as much ball this quarter as they've nearly had for the game, haven't they?
Yep. So Rowan, deliberate shot at goal. He'll come in, kick drop punt from 35. He's kicked into the man of the mark. But it's going to fall to Hopper. Hopper snaps at goal. And he's just missed. I think that typifies the afternoon for Port Fairy.
Nothing going to it.
Jason Rowan in years gone by would have just went back and slotted that through. And, to his credit, Hopper was alert, but he was unable to capitalise. So just the one behind, 1-4-10. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Koroit 8-6-54. We've played almost 4 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by McDonald's and Clinton Bosch Warrnambool Nissan. So Koroit, it's a free kick. Will they pay advantage? No, it's going to come back. Or is it a free kick? No, yeah, it's going to come back. It's going to go to Stevens. So Tyler Stevens slap bang centre half back for the Koroit Saints. Goes short into the centre, unopposed. That's Rook, been pretty good today. So start thinking about our Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day, boys, too. So that's an old wobbler. And he's gone as far as Hopper. He's been terrific for Port Fairy today. Nice little kick too, but it had too much carry on it for McKenna. Now he has to get back. Sully was there, but he couldn't take the ball. No, it might have been Merkovich. In fact, now the ball's gone over the top. Here's Hopper again. Applies the tackle. Getting it out was Lee. That was good. Merkovich in there again. Oh, that could have almost been a throw. No, said the umpire. Now Koroit will clear because they're going to run through the centre. It's taken by Block. So Block evades one, kicks down the line. Guess who? Dobson. He's manhandled. He's under pressure. Picked off by Blair McCutcheon. Blair McCutcheon goes up to Sherkor. He'll kick his second from 35 metres. No, he's missed.
Bad luck.
So just behind, good passage of play by the Saints, 8-7-55. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Port Fairy 1-4-10, and again when they get into space, Matty, they're dangerous.
Hey, they just got a lot of outside leg speed or something compared to Port Fairy, don't they? So he goes to Cole Harwood. Oh, kick not good. Should have been marked that time by McCutcheon. Geez, he's been good today. Swings onto the right, running shot on goal, coming back, but not enough. And it goes through. So another let off there for the Port Fairy Seagulls. So Koroit go to 8-8-56, 1-4-10 is Port Fairy. Been good, Blair McCutcheon. So's Dylan McCutcheon. Been everything, haven't they? Like the McCutcheon brothers. Good spuds too. Don't worry about that. Very, very good. So here goes Harwood again. Last kick wasn't his best one. Plays on. Brings it out to the same kind of spot. Wallers was the target. Coming through was Edmonds. Campbell's there, wrapped up. It's been a really sharp unit today for mine, the Koroit Saints.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? Since that initial onburst of 6 goals, it's been 2 goals to 1. So
yeah, it's a funny game, isn't it?
It is a funny game.
Good play that time to block. That was from Rob. Handball over the top there, and that is a Golski, and that is absolutely magnificent. Little Tatey Waterson on the end of it, and confidently just runs in and slots one from 40. And the Saints draw first blood in this third quarter, and they go to 9-8-62, 1-4-10, Port Fairy.
Yeah, well, down to the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions. They had a fair bit of the footy early in this quarter, Port Fairy, Blackie, but Koroit they just capitalise on their opportunities, don't they?
Yeah, no, that was far too easy from a pressure point of view. Just he ran on, and it's a good finish though, but just too easy, and they're running well, aren't they, Koroit? They're a good side.
They are.
Very good side.
Big Jakey Bartlett, he's tried hard for them this afternoon, got that tap out. Went to Ollie Myers.
Really hard.
He has.
Yep.
Ollie Myers is going nowhere, so there'll be a ball up right on the cricket pitch here at Koroit this afternoon. So Bartlett again. May have been held on to by McInerney, no, said the umpire. Falling to ground is Edmonds.
Do you like these little later starts, boys?
Oh, I don't mind them.
Yeah,
I know it'll be... it'll seem like a long time this second half out here at Koroit today, but that's only because of the scoreline, I think.
So Mohan got it. They're just forcing it forward. Koroit is Mohan again with a chance. May have got one too high. No, said the umpire will come in and ball it up. So they're just edging it also slowly forward. The Seagulls, they desperately need a goal. Just the one kicked in 2 and a bit quarters. So Bartlett again, come out to block. Little left footer only went as far as George Swarbrick off half back. So Swarbrick squares one up to Bartlett. Good kick, good mark too, under a lot of pressure. So Bartlett look for another option. This is where they're letting themselves down, but this is okay to Lee. So Sammy Lee, left footer, drives it long, need a mark. The only one there is Dallas Mooney.
Too.
And as he's done upteenth times, is a freak. He's going to reverse this. Oh, and I tell you what, he'll reverse it back the other way.
No.
Now, why wouldn't... I think he has now. Why wouldn't you just go back and take your free kick after it was reversed? Oh, and there'll be a 50-metre penalty probably.
There'll be 19 reversals.
Tyler Stevens is getting thrown around like a rag doll, and in the end he's going to earn the free kick. So that's disappointing from a Port Fairy point of view.
Terrible discipline.
So Stevens off half-back, kicks it long down the wing, getting in front is Dobson. This is Sam.
Who had the free kick pass?
Excuse me. Initially it was Koroit, then it was reversed to Port Fairy, then reversed back again, Blackie. So
right.
Yeah, comedy of errors. So the ball's in the centre of the ground with Rob. His kick had too much carry on it. Here's big Bartlett. Little left-hand handball went towards Mohan. Gives it back to Bartlett. He's got Edmonds running if he wants him. Tries to use him. Here's little Sinnott. Keeps it in front of him. Well done, young fella. Gets pushed off the ball by Hoy. Sully's in there. He won't get pushed off the ball, but he forces a ball up Half forward flank just inside 50 for Port Fairy. They trail 1-4-10, Koroit 9-8-62. We've played almost 10 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by McDonald's and Clinton Bosch, Warrnambool Nissan.
I'd take your hat off to Bartlett. Not only has he had a crack, which he always does, but already he's stripped that bit of weight off and he's getting around the ground much better too, Poss.
He's definitely won the ruck, I think, today, hasn't he? Yeah, he's been great.
He's had a big pre-season. He looks like he's just lost a bit of tummy. And
he's been at everything, the big fella.
He's getting to more contests, isn't he?
He's throwing his weight around at the moment too. So Rook is at the bottom of that pack. So umpire Keane sends it into the air again. A little bit of a kick out there that time. There's Edmonds on the end of it. Well done by McInerney. Steps through a bit of traffic over the top to McCutcheon. He goes back to Lockie Rook. Rook now. Little chip kick over the top to Rob. Good kick. Good mark. So Fraser Rob plays on. Goes in. Board. Oh, beautiful kick to the moon man. Doesn't let him down too. Wanted to play on. True half forward. Port Fairy getting plenty of numbers back now. He's got McCutcheon. That's Dylan, who's running for more. Gee whiz. Smothered nearly. Beautiful kick. Out in front that time. And a nice kick back inboard to... This time it's Blair McCutcheon. So the McCutcheon boys are like the Cracker brothers today. He plays on to Jack Block. Raking left foot kick. McInerney the target. And Big Jack doesn't let him down.
Used his body well, didn't he?
And these boys downstairs, they like it, his teammates. And Jag McInerney will go back and have a shot in the forward pocket. Deep in that forward pocket. What's he going to do, boys? Banana. Left foot snap. He's just working through his options. Comes in. Goes bang. Puts the fist in the air. And the goal umpire says, "You beauty, Jag." And that is a goal. Lucas Brothers snag of the day. And the Saints go to 11-8-74. Port Fairy 1-4-10. National Tiles scoreboard.
That's known as a snag for Jag. Matty Stewart.
Gold medal winning snags too.
Yes.
Absolutely. And we should have mentioned that. Should be at the top of the show. Internationally recognised snags by Lucas Brothers Butchers. Sundays.
And a man would have got himself into some strife in Germany. Big
still over there, the big fella. He's on a little holiday too, the big man.
The big small good sausages over there, eyes. They love them, those Germans.
Could be locked up.
Washed down with a big stein. I'll go there every Sunday. Get me pinwheels. They're the greatest in Western Victoria. So McInerney's kicked a goal now. He's knocking it out in the ruck to Block. Block goes forward, bouncing. Harwood will get there first, but no. Little Dobson did pretty well. Got it over another little fella. That was Ewing, but it's gone over the line out of bounds. So boundary throwing in the forward pocket.
Good little mover, Dobson.
He is. So 2 goals this quarter to Koroit. They lead by 58 points. Thank you very much. And, well, it's just a case now of how much bleeding the Seagulls can stem, really. So here's one boy that's tried really hard. Bartlett got the tap out. Might have caught one too high. He did. That was Koroit. And the free kick is going to go their way, and they'll have another shot on goal. Not quite sure who that is. We'll try and pick him up.
I think it might be little Tate Waterson, boys. Already kicked one this quarter, Poss.
Yeah. So
the binoculars have come out, Blackie. He's upstairs.
Just trying to get a little bit. Got him there now. It is Waterson, I think.
He thought I was here with Bert Bryant.
So he...
the accurate
Brian
Kingston Town can't win.
Brian Martin. So here's Waterson for number 2. Drop punt. Won't quite make the distance now. Port Fairy got to kill this. They do. So 3 for 1 behind. 10-9-69. That is Koroit leading Port Fairy 1-4-10, and that is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blinds scoreboard. We've played just over 14 minutes on the Lee's contracting time clock. Third quarter action brought to you by McDonald's and Clinton Bosch, Warrnambool Nissan for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions. Blackie had their opportunities early this quarter, Port Fairy, but again, it's just Koroit's better ball users found them out.
Yeah, it's a typical when Jason kicked it in the man of the mark. That's probably summed up their game, hasn't it, really?
And they're under pressure again here once again through Connor Byrne. Kick over the top to Dobson. 4 first quarter goals for Sammy Dobson. He lit Victoria Park Koroit up. And he's going to go back and have a shot. 35 outs. Right in front of the away change rooms here at Victoria Park, Koroit. This is to extend this Koroit Saints lead. So now a policeman. Sammy Dobson, the co-coach in 2025, comes in, kicks on its way, coming back, just misses to the right. I thought it was going to come back at half, so 10-10-70 Koroit, 1-4-10 Port Fairy, National Tiles scoreboard.
He wouldn't need handcuffs, would he, Sammy, as a cop, or he just
grab you, yeah, that's
gone.
right. Yeah, that's it, gone.
He's got the big mitts on him. Here goes Colin Harwood for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Kicks it long and strong. Big fly far out of side. Sitting down there just taking uncontested in the end was Jason Rowan. He's lifted in this third term.
He's tried hard this quarter.
Playing obviously up the ground a little bit. Just whacks a barrel in off the side of the boot. Diving mark. And I reckon that might have been Merkovich. Plays onto Edmonds. Goes further afield to Sully. So good bit of ball movement. Bit of link play. Left foot kick inboard to Reduce Mohan. And Jonathan Thurston will go back and have a shot. No, he won't. Plays on to Merkovich, runs into trouble, back to Mohan. Mohan off one step. Has it got the leg? No, it hasn't.
Nothing's going for him, is it?
Nah, it just has not been their day. The Seagulls, it goes through for a minor score.
Yeah, so 1-5-11. And that is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind.
Just hard. Everything's hard, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They've had no easy passages at all, have they? Even, well, I can't even remember the goal they kicked. Well, it was snapped by Sully, that's right, in the first quarter. So, marks taken by a big Jakey McCosh. Squares it up. Here's a chance for McCutcheon, Dylan. So they've got options everywhere. Mohan applied a little bit of pressure, which was good. It come out to Fleming. Here's a chance because they're in space. This is Edmonds. Lucas goes long and misses to the right. So 1-6-12 on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. That's Port Fairy 10-10-70 Koroit. We've played 17 minutes on the Lee's Lee's contracting time clock. We'll get it out eventually. And the kick in has been marked by Stevens.
Yeah, been rock solid again today, Tyler Stevens. Little kick over the top to Mac Peterson. So Peterson, he's got a running Stevens who's just run through the ground with no one on him. Simple as that. Gets it to Harrington. Harrington's got a running Miller. Miller on the left foot now, kicks further afield, tries to put out the front of Dobson. Wallace gets back for Port Fairy. Good play. Gathers, but here they go again. Saints just with numbers through Connor Byrne. McCutcheon's out. This time it's Dylan bouncing. Football, foot race. Good play there by Willie Sinnott, the youngster.
Oh, he's just come off the bench.
McInerney, straight on the ground, straight into the play. Sold a little bit of candy. Sinnott comes through again. Lockie Rook in there. He's dispossessed. And all of a sudden, the Sting Blackie, well and truly out of this contest, isn't it?
Sure is, mate, and we should give a shout out to the Koroit for our tucker that they sent up to us. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely magnificent, Blackie. It
sandwiches.
Was one of the best RVTs that we've had.
Potato cakes.
Ants and the crew, they were absolutely
Next time they need to send party pies with no meat in them.
Well, holding the football there. Good tackle by Mohan. And he'll get the resultant free kick. True centre half back position. Just haven't been able to generate much run today. Been very stagnated, this Port Fairy build up. Going back with a flight there. That was good play by young Dobson. Courageous, but the free kick goes against. Port Fairy into attack. Sully on the lead. We think carrying an injury, Matty Sully, but he's been magnificent nonetheless. He squares it up to Edmonds. That's Jimmy.
Good to see Matty Sully's fought it out, hasn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely, mate, because he is very, very sore and been proppy, but he's just
going to get it back.
He's had it all, and he is going to get it back. Poss, that was unselfish by Edmonds, and Sully will go back and have a shot about 40 metres out for Port Fairy. He's been a good player of this football club. How many years has Matty Sully been at Port Fairy, boys?
Well, maybe 6 or 7.
5 or 6, I reckon.
Yeah. I'd say more.
More than that, I reckon, yeah.
I was going to say 8 or 9.
Yeah, fair well, yeah.
Comes in on its way. Left foot kicker. Well done. That's his second. That's Port Fairy's second. And he's trying. Don't worry about that. And the Seagulls go to 2-6-18. They trail the Saints 10-10-70 National Tiles scoreboard.
Yeah, good goal. He certainly deserved one. They've probably just had no luck when they have had it forward. Possum was probably another 3 or 4 goals they could have had on the board, and just nothing went for them. So fully deserved for a bloke who, as you said, is not 100% fit, but he's battling his heart out. And as is Rowan, I reckon, this quarter, he's tried hard too. So a couple of the older statesmen doing their bit to just try and lift their team. Rowan's come up the ground a little bit too. To just try and, get a bit more run happening. So it's, look, encouraging for Port Fairy.
Yeah, you just hope that they keep fighting it out now, maybe even win this second half, which would be, it wouldn't be anything in terms of ladder positions or anything like that, but at least it gives them something. Here's a holding the ball low against Merkovich.
Yeah.
So he's needed the gallop today for sure.
Just trying to do too much there, Merker, but he's, again, just trying to lift his side.
It's going to go to Harrington, the free kick. He's got a runner outside. It's Mooney. So Mooney kicks the ball long. Down looking for Sherkor. He won it at the back, but then he ran into trouble, and it'll be a ball up, I would think, just outside 50, right in front of the Port Fairy coaches box here. They trail 2-6-18, 10-10-70. Almost 21 minutes played of this third quarter. Of course, our great friends Clinton, Bolsh, Warrnambool, Nissan and McDonald's bringing us all the action on Hampden League Live this afternoon. Paddling it forward. Dylan McCutcheon could have got one too high. He did, said the umpire. So Dylan McCutcheon, and we talk about Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day. He's certainly a contender because he's been pretty good for most of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Dylan McCutcheon, as has Blair. Well, he's got a few other mates.
Came on when the young fella got hurt.
Yeah.
Early, of course, and he shone sort of more or less straight away.
Yep. Here's Swarbrick off half-back. Kicks it, tries to kick it to the advantage of Robinson. Stevens will beat him to it, though, but he fell over. Peterson's there riding shotgun. Gives it back to Stevenson. Stevens, now he's in trouble. Gets it back to Peterson again, who got it to Miller. And his kick's astray, and it's gone over the line out of bounds on that far outer side wing. So it's getting dark here, and the lights will start to take effect very soon.
Yeah, usually she's dark by 5:30, Poss, well and truly. So, yep, you're right. They'll kick in shortly.
So it's going to be big Jakey, Bartlett and McInerney.
What's going on down there near you, Blackie? There's a bit of pipe works going on. Not listening to Blackers, he's clocked off.
Alan Blackburn down on the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions. The boys are entertaining you down there with the hose, Alan.
Couple of Dobson boys are down there.
They be cranky.
First cousins, I'd say.
Like that, Blakey, you might cop another one here, mate. It'll be the first time you've copped one off a Koroit person over the years either, mate.
Won't be the last time.
I'd say you'd be in front, though, Blakey.
Oh, good mark over the top. No, that kick down there was by Rook. It's picked up, but gone over the line out of bounds. There'll be a boundary throw in right on the 50 for Koroit. They lead 10-10-70, 2-6-18 Port Fairy. So all day he's battled in the ruck. Big Jakey against McInerney. And also McCosh, he's done a grand job, the big fella. So McInerney actually got the tap down this time, went to Edmonds. Down the line to Hopper, been one of Port Fairy's best. Got it back to Edmonds again, that's Lucas. Kicks down the line, up they fly, ball spills to back. But nice anticipation out there by Port Fairy. That might have been Little Sinnott. But again, the ball goes over the line out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in right in front of our great people over there who do a great job filming each and every week for Hampden League Live this afternoon. 10-10-70, 2-6-18. Third quarter action.
That's Logan Kelly and the crew. Sensational effort.
Yeah, good on your Logs.
Not an easy day too today. Bit of rain around. There's Bartlett, wins that one down to Myers, to Edmonds. Just slips over. Coming through there was Lee and Hoy. Myers back in there again. A little bit of a don't argue. Rook's in there and the ball will go out of bounds. We'll have a ball off far out of side. So we've ticked over 24 minutes now on the league contracting time clock. 10-10-70 Koroit, 2-6-18 Port Fairy Seagulls. It's been struggling to get some purchase on the pill, these boundary throw-ins all day. Oh, that one's a good one though. Big heave. Sammy Lee. He'd be the cousin of the great Paddy Lee. Handball over the top now. Here's Angus Campbell. Short kick, just misses block. Dived on the football. And that was Mitchy Ryan, and he was going absolutely nowhere. And umpire Keane says, let's have a ball up. So here we go again. It's McInerney and Bartlett once again. Been a lot of ball ups today, boys.
There's been a lot of congestion.
Good job, umps, too. Good job.
They have done a good job.
Yes. One of them in his first game, we believe, Keane, who throws it up. Big Jakey Bartlett again takes it out of the ruck. Got it to Edmonds. He's been terrific too this quarter. So Edmonds goes down the line. Good kick and a good mark.
Would have had some possessions, Edmonds, I'm sure.
This might be Robinson, is it? It's a bit hard out there. It's getting very, very dark. So that was Jimmy Edmonds. So I'm pretty sure it's Robinson, tight against the boundary line. He's about 30 metres out. Hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon. Comes in, drop punt on its way, tight angle. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. I think he's kicked it. He has. So there's another one on the board for Port Fairy. We'll just have to keep an eye on this, on his number. I'm pretty sure it's Robinson.
Yep. Strawny Robinson, mate.
Yep, so that gets his first this afternoon and Port Fairy's third.
Been their best quarter, Port Fairy.
It has been. So 3-6-24 eyes on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. 10-10-70 Koroit. As you said, they've had plenty of the footy and they've actually competed pretty well this quarter.
So lights are on here. We're only, nearly through the third quarter here, so still got a quarter to play.
We'll be in the dark in the last, Matt.
We will be still waiting on a score from Bernie Harris. Terrain Mortlake v Hamilton. The Bloods last time were up by 43 points. We'll get that score shortly. Other winners today, South Warrnambool over Camperdown, North Warrnambool over the Cobden Bombers, and the Blues, Warrnambool Blues over the Portland Tigers. Good victory for the Warrnambool faithful. And umpire Daniel Misson comes in and says, let's have a ball up. McInerney and Bartlett again. He hasn't had a rest all day, Bartlett. There goes Connor Byrne. Gets it out to Rob. Dispossessed. Byrne goes and gets it again. Steps through and steps into a bit of traffic.
Yeah, holding the ball.
Holding the football. Good chase down in the end. I reckon that was Braden Ross for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Or Keep just misses the target and goes out of bounds. That's just
you've got to look at positives, and I think Port Fairy's coach would be pretty pleased with what he's seen this quarter. They've just had a bit of a crack, haven't they? Dusty McCorkle, you've got to take some positive if you can. And
well, you thought
you've tried hard.
You thought Koroit might blow him out, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
it looked like it, didn't it?
Here's McCutcheon, that's Dylan. Goes inboard to Campbell. Campbell just steps through traffic. Chip kick over the top to Connor Byrne. Byrne's got a player in the pocket if he can find him. No, goes further afield, squares it up. Getting back there. Nice mark. Peterbolt Bridgestone, highlight of the day. Sammy Lee marked that one down, boys. He's been all right, hasn't he?
Moves well.
Son of Cheetah, I think, is he, Eyes?
Probably.
That's Big Robinson again. Gets a free kick. So
Cheetah
he's
played
presenting.
some footy at Port Fairy.
Yep.
What a good player
With
he was.
brother Laurie.
Real hard nut, Cheetah.
Peterson goes back inboard. Chip kick over the top. It's McCutcheon again. Campbell runs for him. Further afield, Dobson's going to fly. Geez, nearly pulled it in too. Colin Harwood, handball over the top. Back to Harwood, runs into a bit of trouble. Pill comes out, Jack block, left foot, snap around the body. It's all Koroit.
Oh, look at him.
They can raffle it. And Lockie Rook says, I'll take this one, boys, and I'll kick another one.
There's 5 of them.
And the Saints go to 11-10-76. Port Fairy 3-6-24, National Tile scoreboard. They're feeding them. What's 5 there,
What
boys?
do you call a big group of saints? Has that got a name?
It's a quorum.
It's a flock. The disciples.
Flock. A school of saints.
A flock of saints.
The apostles.
There were 12 of them.
There were 6 of them. Oh, dear, oh, dear. But
I was just about to say the Seagulls have gone well since quarter time, but
We lost them, didn't we?
So that was his second goal of the afternoon, Lockie Rook, and he's certainly a contender for our Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day. Ball back in the centre. Big Jakey Bartlett again against McInerney.
Our man Matthew sitting back having a cake, well-earned cake.
Eating carrot cake. So you're finished. He's going home. Here's Harrington. Harrington got the Sherkor. Sherkor's little dribbler to centre half forward, but intercepting marks taken by Merkovic. So Kay Merkovic will go short to Myers again. Oh, did it carry? I don't know, but he's paid it. Out the little Sinnott under pressure from Hoy. Merkovic gets it back again, but it's forced over the line out of bounds. Centre wing position on the broadcast side here at Victoria Park this afternoon. Hampden League Live. All this third quarter action brought to you by McDonald's and Clinton Bolsch Warrnambool Nissan. And for the first time this season, we'll have the lights on that magnificent Nissan on the way home. So here's a chance for Edmonds. Got it to his cousin. Lucas, he's under a little bit of pressure. And the umpire says no, he had no prior opportunity, and he'll throw it up. Almost right in front of us, Matthew.
10-year, 300-kilometre warranty on that Nissan Navara. Fair dinkum.
Which you won't need at any stage.
No way.
He might need it with him driving it, though,
They are unbelievable, those motor vehicles. A bit of over-chain handball there for the Koroit Saints. Rob, toe posted to himself. Hoy's lurking. Happy to see the ball go out of bounds.
And if you want to buy one, get out and see Betty Turner Dwyer at Warrnambool Nissan.
The Python.
Python. Take him a shirt if you've got one.
Shirt off, rig out.
Warrnambool Nissan.
He's giving it to him.
He'll pick you up.
He's into him, man.
He'll message in a minute.
He won't message, it'll be just dot on say
his message will come in the middle.
He's going to catch me first. He's a good man.
Free kicks.
Another one of our gym mates out at the... but unlike us, he's probably still going.
He'll be back on in a couple of weeks too.
Us there, that's for sure.
Jack Block.
Doing a lot of running too, Betty Turner Dwyer.
Cut off that time by Merkovic.
You know they're setting up for that
big run in Port Fairy.
Run.
That's unbelievable. That'd be like just him and Joshy.
Portland, isn't it?
Yeah, fair effort. Good effort. They just running machines, to be honest.
Oh, free
kick for a legging. Going to go to Rowan. You've been good in this third term for Port Fairy. Nah. What's he saying?
No, he played on.
Bouncing.
I want to see it, Barrel.
Bouncing. Is that a point?
No.
Of course it is.
Oh, no.
Why isn't it a point?
He's gone off his mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, actually. Good call.
So 3-6-24.
Otherwise, he would have been having a set shot.
11-10, 76, 32 minutes. That quarter went for Eyes. And just when we thought Port were getting a little bit of the footy and getting slightly back in the game, Koroit go bang, bang late in the quarter. And, well, they're out to, a 52-point lead.
Talking about 52-point leads, a 53-point lead to Terang Mortlake over the Hamilton Kangaroos. So a very similar game for Hampden League Live. That is all thanks to Matt Cohire. And not even a rub from the V-man. He's going to help the Port Fairy Seagulls here at three-quarter time.
Where is the V? He's out there?
He's out there, mate. And I think our man, who is it, Big Jakey, Bartlett.
He deserves a rub, doesn't he?
He does deserve a rub. So, three-quarter time, it's all Koroit. 11-10-76, Port Fairy 3-6-24. We'll come back with final quarter action right after this on your home of football netball 94.5 3YB FM.
3YB FM's Hampden League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
G'day, Luke Williams here. At Luke Williams Real Estate, competition is in our nature. Per team member, we sell more properties than anyone else. We're not the biggest, but we are the busiest. Luke Williams Real Estate. Let's kick some winning goals together this season.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need insurance? See MGA Insurance Group. Great service, expert advice and competitive premiums for farmers, business owners and transport operators. Call Dennis and Gareth Morgan and Glenn Skilbeck, 55596 200.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family. Indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen. Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop. Open up the shop, time for gift, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off, and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Hampton League Live.
For Sungold, fresh local milk. Pontings Mitre 10, Harvey Norman Warrnambool and Madden's Lawyers.
94.5 3YB FM.
Welcome back, final quarter. About to get underway. A little bit of a late start twilight game today. Victoria Park, Koroit's been all the Saints for 3 quarters. Can they run this game out? Can Port Fairy, just give a little bit in this final quarter? Early on in this contest, Matty Bradley, a fair knock. Him and Wallace collided, and he took no further part in the game, the youngster. And Gary Rowan, boys, he's been missing since the 17-minute mark of the second quarter. And he's taken no further part in the game for the Port Fairy Seagulls. So, a couple of injury concerns. What do you want to see Port Fairy do in this final term, Poskelly and Eyes Kelson?
Well, start the way they started that third quarter, I reckon, Eyes, but sustain it. And even in the second quarter, they did a similar thing. They started to get a lot of the footy, and we thought, okay, they're going to, mount a little bit of a mini comeback. But then late in the quarter, Koroit took control again and just banged a couple of goals on, as they did in that third quarter. So, yeah, look, it's the old let's win the last quarter. I mean, that's probably what they want to do, but it really, at the end of the day, doesn't equate to much, does it? But boys, we certainly don't want it to get blown away.
I'm just going to give a quick around the grounds, and this is post-game. All thanks to Conquest Pools in Warrnambool and Bojangles Pizza and Pasta. Don't forget, open 7 days a week. And Conquest Pools when you're thinking all your pools. But obviously, the 3-2 and 1s this afternoon. Warrnambool defeating Portland and Wally Steer. 3 votes Liam Bidmay, 2 votes Sammy Cowling and 1 vote Austin Steer. The Blues good winners over Portland. The other one I want to look at is North Warrnambool Eagles, who were comfortable winners over Cobden. 3 votes Bailey Keast, good on your truck. 2 votes to Harley Cobb from the North Warrnambool Eagles and 1 vote to little Matty Drayton, number 4 at the Cobden Bombers. Good little player, that is for sure. And up at the friendly, South Warrnambool comfortable winners over Camperdown. 3 votes Daniel Nicholson, 2 votes Sammy Thompson and 1 vote Angus Gordon from the Camperdown Magpies. So that is the pit stop menswear MVP. And this is the post-game of the final quarter action here. All thanks to Conquest Pools in Warrnambool and Bojangles Pizza and Pasta. Poss.
Yeah, so we started this last quarter action. Liam Hoy's got it. Kicks it down the line. Affecting a good spoil out there was, might have been Harwood. And the ball's been forced over the line and out of bounds on that far outer side wing. I don't know whether the binoculars are much good anyway, Matty, because it's dark over there, but there's going to be a boundary throw in. And we'll pick these players up. It's going to be McCosh and also Bartlett.
The binoculars are coming out again, boys.
They have to. So, Bartlett, we need some play over here. We need those lights to take effect. So, Bartlett in front of McCosh. Got the tap down. Nice tap, too. Went to Merkovich, but he couldn't quite control it. Now it falls to the back. Good tackle applied there. That was on Sherkor. And a free kick will be taken by Port Fairy. And it might be Edmonds out there, I think. So he's going to run and kick the ball long. Beautiful kick down the line. Plenty of penetration. Getting back, almost taking a courageous mark out there was Mooney. Ball spills to ground. Lee was in there for Port Fairy fighting for it. Now the stack's on the mill. And the umpire will come in and throw it up. So 11-10, 76 Koroit as the sun sets in the west. The ball goes over the top looking for block. Running onto it was Waterson. Little dribbler. Falls to the back to Dylan McCutcheon. But it's a free kick, I think, going to Port Fairy. There is. And it'll be taken out there. I think it's Mitchie Ryan. So Ryan on the wing position. Comes in. Drop punt. Inside forward 50. Up they go. Good mark at the back, I think, in the end by Mooney. But he didn't pay it. In fact, it's a free kick going to Jason Rowan. He's got a lead from Sully. Couldn't quite mark it. Ball spills to ground. Lockie Gunning's in there fighting for it. Grabbed by Campbell. And Campbell goes wide. He retreats, and I think it's marked by Sherkor in the back pocket.
Yeah, kicked a nice goal in the first quarter. Did Sherkor. A young kid. Kick over the top. That time it's the Moon Man, Dallas Mooney. The back six been rock solid for the Saints all afternoon. So Mooney now wants to switch the play. So he runs, takes a bounce. A little banana kick back to Sherkor. He can go back to Hoy if he wants. No, he goes further afield to McCutcheon. That's Blair. He swings it out wide. Well, that's... I mean, 50, that's little Tatey Waterson, been rock solid this afternoon. Goes back to McCutcheon. He's been everything. Kick just misses the target. A little toe poke forward. Geez, that was too high too, and the free kick will go to the Saints. And that is Dylan McCutcheon, who's been rock solid as well. He's got a running Tyler Stevens, who kicks further afield. Jakey McCosh takes a nice mark at full tilt on that far out of sight. He goes back inboard to Waterson, so they're just zigzagging up the ground. Well, McCutcheon wants it squared up, but this time Waterson says no. I'm going to go a bit more direct. Runs around, kicks further afield. Big fist and a big fly from the back. Coming through was Block. Well done by Rook. And he's tackled and he's pinged though and holding the football. And the resultant free kick will go to the Port Fairy Seagulls. And I reckon it's Jet Hopper who's got back down the back six. He has, Hopper.
Hopper's been good. So is this little boy, Lucas. That is Lucas Edmonds. Gets it out to his cousin, and Jimmy Edmonds. He goes into the centre. That was a mark, wasn't it? What happened there? I thought that was a mark there to Wallace. But no, said the umpire. Now the boys are getting a bit fractious. But little umpire missing will just throw it up. So it's going to be Bartlett again. It could have been a free kick, had to be, against McCosh. He's been terrific. And unfortunately, I don't think we can give our Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day to a team that's been beaten by 10 goals plus. But I tell you what, he'd have to be in the conversation. Big Jakey Bartlett. Hopper kicks the ball long, top of the goal square. That's in the back. Surely no, said the umpire. Ball spills to the back. Kicked down the line by Koroit. Trying to affect this ball was Fleming, but he was a bit late. And the free kick will be taken by Koroit. There's a comedy of errors down there. Here's a chance now. Is this Merkovich? I'm not sure. Got it out to Sully. Sully has a snap. Rowan in the goal square. Couldn't mark it. That was Jason. And the ball's forced through for one behind. 3-7-25. That is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blinds scoreboard. 5 minutes into this last quarter, brought to you by Badeness Rural. Our great friends out there, been a long-time supporter of Hampden League Live. 3-7-25. Matty, out the Seagulls.
Roger Bade and Brad Ness. You're right, Pops. Opposite Rafferty's Tavern on the highway. You can't miss them. Great job, the boys. The kick comes down in front of the commentary box. Haven't seen a lot of play out here. Good mark. In front. Really nice grab. and that was Braden Ross.
They've probably done a reasonable job on Dobson too in the second half.
Yeah,
haven't they?
Yeah, they have, because he started the game. He kicked 4 in the first quarter, Sammy Dobson. He hasn't had the impact, that's for sure. Getting back, taking an uncontested mark there was Mooney. Just reads the ball so well.
Oh, talking about impacts.
Mooney goes back to Campbell. Campbell's got a player further afield in Ewing.
The blue one here, boys.
Little bit going on between Merkovich.
Dobbo coming.
Players coming in. I think McCosh might be the bottom of that pack too, Jakey. So a little bit of frustration from both those players.
Jakey McCosh is inviting him to the bench. I'm not sure I'd do that.
Come over here, son.
They both go to the bench here, the boys, and just cool things off. Interesting. Just keep it on when they come back on, boys. Big mechanic, Jakey. He wanted to talk about in the Smoko room on Monday eyes. He's sorting out that Nissan Navara for us. Here goes Daniel Ewing for the Saints. Goes back inboard to Hodgins. Hodgins has got a running Tyler Stevens. Further afield. Beautiful kick it is too. Peterson inboard to Mooney. Mooney's got an overlap footballer out wide in Shercourt. Chooses to go more direct to Rob. Rob will swing onto his right boot. He squares it up to Lockie Rook. Rook will just run in. It was like a training drill.
It was.
And the Saints get one. And that was too easy. And they go to 12-10-82. Port Fairy 3-7-25. National Tile scoreboard. Alan Blackburn. That was too easy, big fella.
Yeah, no, it was. Lockie Rook had a good game.
3 goals, Blackie.
That's his third, I think, in a post.
Yep.
And he's travelled from Queensland. He missed last week, come back this week. Been a great addition to him. That's a bit of pace on that half forward line. He's tall as taller than what you think, isn't he?
Pretty fit, I think, too.
Nah, too good the Saints, aren't they?
Yeah.
12-10-82, 3-7-25. The scoreboard's glowing in the dusk here this afternoon. Not sure what the weather's like in Adelaide, but it's nearly half time. Geelong and Port Adelaide. Geelong are 5-3 and Port Adelaide are 2-4. Dangerfield, Sin and Horn Francis, along with Jack Bowes, are all out of the game with injuries over there, boys. So
what's going on?
Yeah, not sure what's going to happen. So here is McInerney. Kicks to the pocket to Dobson. Couldn't quite carry. On his hammer is Swarbrick in game number 50. Kicked it off the ground. Went to the advantage of a teammate, but now he's tackled and the ball's gone over the line out of bounds. There'll be a boundary throw in.
Big fella's got a bit of tin here beside us, the great eyes. Kelsey's got the shoe off, giving a bit of an itch.
Taking off the RM Williams.
Taking the boots off. A bit hard to scratch with the boots on.
Yeah, fair call.
Put the feet up tonight. Ball's gone to the goal square. Up they go. Is that a mark to Koroit? No. It's a free kick though, but it's going to Port Fairy. Last line of defence. Little skirmish. There's been plenty of them, and here we go again.
Yeah, been a few boys not happy with each other.
Hey, Poss.
Yes, Alan.
So kind of that time of the night, isn't it, where it's pretty hard to see, isn't it, really?
It is indeed, especially when you're already half blind like I am.
I've got the binoculars, though, up here, Blackie.
So they do no good in the dark. So here's Hopper. Port Fairy, one of Port Fairy's best too, Hopper. Goes inboard. Oh, little dart, but it didn't come off. Oh, that might be 50 metres. No, against Burn. Burn got it over to Hoy. Hoy's little chip kick was good to Dobson, and Dobson marks inside 50. He'll go back and try and slot his 5th of the afternoon.
You know, they've got to keep up the effort, Port Fairy. They can drop right away here, but we need them to keep up the effort.
Yeah, absolutely, Eyes. And, Dobson looked like he was going to absolutely take this game to pieces early in the game. He's been pretty subdued since, to be honest. 4 goals in the first quarter, shooting for his 5th.
Been such an even performance, though, from Koroit, hasn't it?
Which will be goal number 13 for the season if he's accurate. Dobson comes in, drop punt on its way, swinging to the right, and he's missed. 12-11-83. That's on the Solomons Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Port Fairy 3-7-25. We've played almost 10 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Badeness Rural, our great friends out there on the corner of Raglan Parade and also Karamat Road. So the ball's kicked out wide towards Swarbrick. That might have been over there, but he couldn't affect the mark.
You can't see over there.
I've got to get the binoculars out, guys. So there's a ball up.
And Warrnambool Koroit next week, boys.
Could be a cracker if it is. I think
in two weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. It's a 5 o'clock start out here.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. So there's the ball in. Jakey...
So you're not coming then?
I wouldn't think so, Greggy.
It's
too late.
It's cold out here. So Block, he runs onto it. He couldn't control it. Comes back out there towards Sherkaw. Sherkaw gives it to, I think it was Rob. Up they go, Dobson. He's paid it. And Big Dobbo will go back and this time try and slot through goal number 5. He's a little bit closer this time. Alan Blackburn down here on the boundary line. Getting plenty of advice.
Be watching myself.
Just watch yourself, Blackie. Tucker O'Keefe's just there, Adzi. Just keep an eye on the boys.
Hey, I am, mate. They're getting a bit restless. The kids are getting a bit tired.
So here's Dobson for goal number 5 and number 13 for the Saints. He's only about 25, 30 metres out for goal. Directly in front goes bang. It's a wobbler, but it's good enough. 5 goals to Dobson. And the Saints go marching on. 13-11, 89. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Port Fairy 3-7-25. 11 and a half minutes last quarter action for Senate's accountant stats. Ice Kelson, 5 goals is a good return.
Oh, it's a great return. 4 of them coming in the first quarter, of course. And
is he in the votes?
No.
You give it to him in the first quarter.
So, boys, what do we think? Give us three good players for the game, boys.
Well,
been tough.
I can definitely name McCosh as Port Fairies, and I reckon he might even...
Bartlett,
I'm sorry, and I reckon he might even scrape into the votes, but gee, it's such an even performance.
Blackie Rook's been good, Blackie, I reckon.
Two McCutcheons have been good.
Two McCutcheons have been enormous, boys. Merkovich has been all right too. He goes... Peterson, yes.
Even.
Here goes Harrington now for the Saints.
I reckon Mooney's been terrific too.
Been fantastic. Bounces through the hands that time of Dobson. Fleming gets a handball further afield to Merkovich, and just happy to see the ball go out of bounds. Far out of side, lights are on at Victoria Park, Koroit. If you're joining us for the first time, Roosters defeated Camperdown. North Warrnambool Eagles defeated Cobden. Terang Mortlake 65-point winners over Hamilton Kangaroos, and the Blues, they have beaten the Portland Tigers at Hanlon Park, Portland.
Big scalp, isn't it, over there?
Massive. They're hard to beat.
And a big win too.
They're going all right, the Blues, sneaking under the radar. So umpire Daniel Misson.
We said that before the game, Sherry, didn't we? We said Warren were going all right.
Absolutely, Blackie. And just remember, they got no B. Cunnington.
It'd be interesting to see if they could get him back, really.
I don't think so this year, Ice. I think that's been put on the back burner now. So shout out to Cunners too.
Yeah,
great man.
Good man.
Mitchy Bitmaid might play a few more games.
Absolutely. I think Aaron Black, they might get back towards the back half of the year. There's plenty of upside at Blue Land. So ball on that far out of sight, another ball up, a boundary throw in.
There's a bit of wind up here in the box.
Awesome.
No, thank you very much. Here's Rob.
Something slipped between the cracks.
Oh, dear. So here's Dobson on a lead. He won't get the mark. It was you. It picked up here by Sherkaw. Sherkaw's got it. A little right foot at the top of the square. Good spoiler played by Port Fairy. Comes back now towards Burn. He threw that. Oh, umpire. No, he said. Comes out to Waters. He gets a handball wider. It's picked up that. He got it over the top and he put his teammate under the pump because he was right on his hammer.
Got a flat battery far out of side too, boys.
Ball up.
We've got a flat battery. Always a
muzzle. Nissan around there.
Get the 10-year Nissan around there, boys. And Navara will look after it.
Can you buy new batteries in the spare part?
Batteries.
You buy.
Is that an electric? They're trying to charge it off.
You wouldn't know how to do that.
Is that an electric?
Why? What do you say that?
The one that's there, I just reckon it's an electric.
It's a Mitsubishi Ute from about 1974.
Yeah, but the one sitting next to it with
Don't think so.
That is a Kia electric, I
They got the
reckon.
jumper leads out, mate. Can you buy spare batteries and spare
wouldn't
parts?
know if it was going.
One of those Polsters.
That's right, you wouldn't know it's going to.
I sat in the Polster yesterday, boys. It's the Chinese version of the Tesla, an Uber ride in from Sydney to the airport, and it was a unique car.
I'm
unique car.
Because you would have been making out in that car that you knew everything to get cars.
There's a 50-metre penalty here to Port Perry. And it's a driving kick. Where's Sully? From behind.
To be fair, you've had a lot
couldn't
of
mark it. Comes to Hopper. Gets it forward. He's under pressure and he's tackled to be a ball up. So an opportunity to score here for Port Fairy. They desperately need a goal. 3-7, 25, 13, 11, 89.
Have you seen a pollster before, though?
Never heard pollster.
Never heard of him.
I thought that was something you put on a saw.
I'd say it's a pollster. Probably just told you that's what it was called.
Oh, just look good. Here it is.
There's a goal to Port Fairy in the post.
No, that was a nice
Or he hit the fence.
snap around the body by Lockie Gunning. Haven't seen a lot of gunning this afternoon.
3-8, 26. On the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard, 13, 11, 89.
Plenty of lights on the cars here too, boys. So they're obviously got the car turned on, tuning in possibly to the radio this afternoon. So I wonder if that's just causing a little bit of grief downstairs.
I don't know. I'm worried about that electric car over there.
Well, I just want to keep an eye on what kind of a car. It looks like a Kia
Someone's
EV.
coming to camp for the night too over there as well.
So here go the Saints again. Over the top to a running Waterson. He kicks out. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. And on the end of it's Dobson. He'll go back. He can kick this.
Well, he can kick.
This is for 6
7 or something yet, so he might well be best still possible.
He could be. So he might bookend the game with 5-quarter stints, 5-goal stints.
16 and a half minutes gone. We are going to do some OT today, boys.
Clear input, yeah.
So he can come.
Bedtime. We've got to get up and past 3 and listen to Bernie Harris
and get the cash.
Here goes Dobson, leans back on that one. Big pack flies, back of the pack, Burn. Handball over the top, goes, intercepts there. Port Fairy, Sammy Lee to Edmonds. That's Lucas. Has a bounce now. Has a second bounce now. Kicks further afield. Hopper's there. Goes through the hands. Look at the numbers.
Heads
of the
on them like
Saints.
flies.
Peterson to Miller to Hodgins. The Gollywog brothers combining. And there's Angus Campbell. Goes further afield to Rob. They're waxing. I reckon they're going to have a lot more possessions when they come out during the week because they've just dominated this game. Beautiful kick to Connor Byrne. Byrne goes through the field. Here's Dobson. Yeah, Mark. He'll go back and goal it. He'll go back. It was good, wasn't it?
Silver service.
So this is for
And
6.
And that's not a 30-metre little pass. That's a 50-metre pass.
Yeah, they're classy.
Oh, he's a ripper, Burn.
Now, it looks like that Ute has got out. So
that's the good news.
That's very good news. So Dobson comes in. He's 20 metres out. This is for 6.
Probably get bogged now.
Like that not a Cobden. Dobson, he's missed it. Jeez, what's he kicked? 5-3
or 4, I reckon.
Yeah, so Dobson just pulls that one to the right. So the Saints go marching on. They go to 13, 11, or 13, 12, 90 to 3, 8, 26.
Yeah, and 18 and a half minutes have just ticked in.
We're in trouble, boys. No light globe in here.
They're saving power out here.
Off we go.
We might need that.
Handball over the top. Sherkall couldn't control it, and the ball's gone overline out of bounds in front of the Dobson stand here this afternoon.
You blokes got lights up there or not?
Nothing.
No, we're
Bring
nothing,
a bulb up, will you?
We've got our lights on our phone, Blackie.
We got plenty up here, Blackie. We're right.
The bonnet's back up. There's a lot of people leaving the game too. They've had enough. They're getting out early.
Well, here's a chance for Port Fairy. That might have been high on Ollie Myers. The umpire didn't see it, but he'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Mickey Lowther, and he'll throw it up. Down there for Koroit Pharmacy, Alan Blackburn. There looks like an injury there to a Koroit player, and
he hasn't really moved.
Is it an arm or something?
Good.
Yeah, I think it's a shoulder.
Shoulder, I think.
The boys called straight away for the trainer. That's not good. We can't quite pick up who it is.
No, boys, I was talking to some of the Port Fairy boys at 3/4 time. Gary Rowan's bit of tightness in his
jack block
hamstring, so
maybe looking after.
They didn't take any chances with him.
So this is a pop shoulder.
Oh, that's not good for Jackie Block. He's been good too. He's in a bit of pain.
I think this goes more than Koroit Pharmacy, Blackie. This is.
He's going to do a bit of Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon here, I reckon, boys, to put this one back in.
Okay.
Jeez, he looks. Yeah, that's no good. All thanks to Koroit Pharmacy.
Not much the trainers can really do about that, is there?
He knew straight away. Yeah. He's had that shoulder heavily
strapped. He's got it strapped, yep.
Yeah, so he's obviously had some issues.
Go out of the gun.
Poor bugger.
I can feel it from here.
Blackie.
Not good.
No, not good at all, mate. So Rowan, just a little bit of hamstring tightness. So he went off at the 17-minute mark of the second quarter for the Port Fairy Seagulls. So we've ticked over 20 minutes, so we've still got about 8 minutes to play here, you would think. It's a big lead, 64 points here to the Koroit Saints. That's on the national tile scoreboard. Free kick goes to McCutcheon. Geez, they've been good, the McCutcheon boys.
They've been terrific. Dylan and Blair. So Blair, he's outside 50. He'll be looking for Dobson, trying to get number 6. He's going to go long and strong to the top of the goal square. Where's Dobson? He couldn't quite take the mark. He got his mitts to it, Alan Blackburn, but he couldn't hold it. Here's a chance at ground level for Port Fairy to clear. Little handball out wide. That was beautifully done there by little Willie Sinnott, I reckon it was. A little deft kick. Come out towards Angus Campbell. A kick off the ground. It's going to favour Koroit. Oh, that's holding the ball. Surely no, said the umpire. It's nicely taken away again by Sinnott. That was good. Butted up. Got it out towards Jason Rowan. And he couldn't control it. It's taken away, and a kick marked on that far outer side. Might be by Mac Peterson or Miller, I'm not sure. Comes inboard to Hoy. Oh, got his head over the footy and earned one for his quarter.
Yes, he does.
But Hoy's got it in the middle. Been serviceable without being outstanding today, Liam Hoy, but he's always in there fighting hard for his team. He goes short to McCosh. So Jakey McCosh. Kick goes down the line. I wish they'd get it over here, Ice, because it's very hard to see. Here's little Sinnott again. He's been pretty lively out on that far wing for Port Fairy. Kicks into the car headlights. Now's a ball's come back across towards Edmonds. Edmonds, good kick and a good mark too. This is a Robinson. So Robinson's going to go to the top of the goal square looking for Sully, is it? He couldn't take the mark. The spoil was by Miller. And he got it further afield to Shirkaw. Shirkaw's got a kick, and he does. Goes inboard, dangerous. Oh, up they go.
Good mark.
A highlight of the day.
Peter Bolsh-Bridgestone.
Peter Bolsh-Bridgestone.
Mitch Ryan it was.
Mitchy Ryan. So great mark by Ryan. Kicks it down, looking for a teammate down there. Mooney got it. Shirkaw's there. Ollie Myers is there. Might have been held without it. Picked up by Hopper. Goes to the pocket. Jason Rowan swings onto his left. Oh, good kick. Got it to Edmonds. Edmonds has a snap and he kicks a goal.
Good finish.
So well done by the Seagulls. 4-8-32. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Koroit lead 13-12-90.
A good finish. Good play too there by Rowan, who's tried really hard in his second half for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Good mark too. Peter Bolsh-Bridgestone highlight of the day contender. That was absolutely magnificent by Mitchy Ryan. The Brant John Deere, no fear. I love it. Start thinking about Matthew's Petroleum Player of the Day, boys, too, because once we finish the post-game, all thanks to Conquest Pools in Warrnambool, Matty Canadian, the crew.
Who are we looking at, boys? Who are we looking at?
Bojangles Pizza and Pasta, Warrnambool.
I think the McCutcheon boys are good, Blackie, and Lockie Rook also, I reckon, with 3 goals has been pretty good.
Can't go past Dobson either, boys. I know he set it up early, didn't he?
He did. He broke it open early, as he often does.
Mac Peterson's been good.
So ball back in the middle of the ground. Umpire Keane, his first time in league game, been magnificent. Ball up. McInerney kicked a good goal in the third quarter. Stepping through traffic there was Myers. Just had his kick smothered. He's burned to Hoy. Running player far out of sight in Ewing. Kicks further afield. Coming through there was Dobson. Couldn't gather. Handball comes over the top to Georgie Swarbrick in game number 50. Campbell's there. Fist over the top. Hoy gets it again. Quick kick goes forward. Diving. Mark just goes through the hands. Campbell butters up again. His work rate's enormous. Dobson just steps out of that boundary line and we will have a ball up right on the 50-metre arc. Final quarter action, not long to play. 24.5 minutes gone. Koroit 13-12-90. Port Fairy 4-8-32. That's on the national tile scoreboard.
Yeah, so boundary throw in. Bartlett again.
All right.
Ball spills to ground. Here's a chance for Koroit going forward. Oh, good tackle. Good run-down tackle as Blackie says green. Grey sayonara. A little short kick intercepted by Bird. Beautiful smother again. Put that one down for a
Jeez, that was good play.
Peter Bolsh-Bridgestone highlight of the day. I think it was little Edmonds. Comes out to Dobson. Dobson gives it to Rob. Left foot kick, but only for one behind. 13.91 on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
James Edward.
He's been good.
32. Was it James? Was it the
Jimmy,
effect of that,
yep.
Jimmy? The effect of that spoil eyes, that beautiful smother. So
Blackie,
it certainly saved a goal.
Just signing autographs down there, Blackie, today. You're like a cult figure down there, mate. Everyone just wanted to stop and talk to the great man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was going to ask, I don't know who's the best at Koroit, but
I don't think so. I don't think so. See, his little...
So Sully's gone off here too, boys. Just obviously, he was sore today. You could tell that, but he tried his absolute butt off, Matty Sully. Fraser Robb's been good. Vantage paid. Peterson to Dobson. Dobson now. Handball goes further afield to McCutcheon to Rook. Rook, 45 metres out. Shot on the run. Coming back, but not enough. And it goes through for a minor score. So it can't be long to play. 26 minutes gone. 13-13, 91 Koroit, 4-8, 32 to Port Fairy.
So, kick in, Harwood it'll be. It's going to go right down the middle. We want a specky. Up they go, no specky. Swarbrick was in front, couldn't take the mark. Come to Waterson. Waterson got it to Byrne. Byrne got it to Rook. He'll finish with a goal. Yes, number 4. 4 goals to Lockie Rook, and the Saints go marching on 14-14, 98.
Could be the 3 votes
leading
there.
Port Fairy 4-8, 32.
Next goal.
4 goals. Alan Blackburn on the boundary line for B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions. 4 goals as a midfielder, predominantly a pretty good effort.
Yeah, well done, the Lockie Rook. Good return from him. Sammy Dobson, 5. So some good returns there. They've just been too strong, too quick.
Too good.
Will it get him the Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day?
Could. He might.
Open to bribery.
Can't leave any secrets out. 27 minutes gone, Matty.
And we are going to virtually have a break and then come back with our awards, wrap things up, and then we'll be done and dusted for Victoria Park Koroit this afternoon. Here's big Jakey Bartlett.
In bed at 6:30.
Lucas Edmonds. Might go and see a bit of Mission Impossible tonight.
Oh, that's impossible.
A little bit of Tom Cruise.
Big wraps on it too, Stewie.
Yeah, it'll do me and Will.
Don't fall asleep or anything.
Every chance, Blackie.
Don't forget your jaffers.
Diving on that football right in front of me. We haven't had much play out here today, have we?
We haven't.
Been stuff all. So ball up.
Close now.
Right in front of us, at least we can see him. So go up again, McInerney and Bartlett.
Jakey Bartlett will be embedded up over 6.
Jeez, he'll be sore, won't he? Coming through was Edmonds. He was dispossessed. Oh, good pick up, Hoy. Oh, great play. Just goes through the hands that time of Byrne. Good play there too. And that was Myers. Taken without the football. Umpire says play on.
He's too tired, the ump.
He had it.
I'm not sure he did, Blackie.
Too tired to play.
We're all getting a bit tired.
Everyone's fatiguing. Even the crowd's dropped off far out of sight. There's car spaces everywhere.
They're tough out here at Koroit. That kid there's having an icy bowl.
That is a fair effort today, isn't it? He's in O'Keefe, I reckon. So
He's in O'Keefe.
He's as tough as nails. Don't worry about
Probably
that.
eats bricks.
Ads or Tocker, but he's one of them.
Yeah, they're both here behind me.
So McInerney, he was taken high, driven into the ground. So the sting's gone out, starting to rain
Come on
downstairs
up,
with
Blackie.
Blackie. Up you come, mate, come up. Or you want to get someone after the game, big fella.
I'll get someone. Who we get?
Lockie Rook, I reckon, mate.
Lockie or, yeah, one of the McCutcheons.
And a few people starting to move out. The wind's got up a little bit. Pretty average conditions today, to be honest. That rain's coming in sideways.
Yes, Alan.
I got Cough on the line.
Sorry? Cough. He's a great Geelong man.
So ball back in the middle. Quick kick comes forward from Edmonds.
There it is.
And there's a siren. And Koroit, this is a big win. 14-14, 98. Port Fairy 4-8, 32. National Tile scoreboard. And that was a good victory.
11 goal winners, mate.
And this is the post-game, all thanks to Bojangles Pizza and Pasta. And, of course, Conquest pulls in Warrnambool, Greg Kelson, Philip Kelly. A really good victory by the Koroit Saints, and they set it up in that first quarter.
Yeah, they did. And they shared the footy too. I was just looking at the goal kickers' eyes. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individual goal kickers headed by Dobson with 5 and Lockie Rook with 4. So a pretty even, comprehensive victory. And for Port Fairy, it was a couple of goals to Matt Sully, 1 to Nathan Strawn, And I couldn't quite grab the third goal kick. It was young Edmonds. I think it was it was James. I think in that last quarter kicked the goal. Tested possessions early was certainly favouring Koroit in a big way, wasn't it?
Well, you just wonder where they go from here, Port Fairy, because Rowan possibly missing for, I don't know, he might be back next week, but possibly missing, and Sully definitely carrying a leg. So there's a couple of their experienced players, and on the back of today's defeat, she's a long season for Port Fairy, unless they can get something happening soon, mate.
And I said before, they got like Terang, Mortlake, Hamilton Kangaroos, and then South Warrnambool. So it's a big 3 weeks coming up for the Koroit Saints. So listen, this is the post game, all thanks to Conquest Pools in Warrnambool and also Bojangles Pizza and Pasta. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up our awards really quickly, boys. We're out here at 6 o'clock.
Rain's coming down.
The rain is coming down, but a big victory by Koroit over Port Fairy.
3YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.